You're now tuning into the sounds of the Potnas podcast.
Perspective on topics, news, and shit.
Oh man, it's episode 26, bro. What's your boy, Freestyle, it's the Potnas podcast, and I got a lot of energy. Man, I'm running so much like a centipede. I got an engine, I'm on a mission. It's that boy JT, pass it up to D.
Pass it to me and I'ma have to pick it up. I don't give a damn and I ain't never gave a fuck. I'ma keep going, I ain't never stopping. I'ma be boxing like my name is Rocky. Pass it back to Tizzle, not yet. Let me keep going, I ain't even gonna fret. I'ma have to stop, pass it back to you. I'ma keep going, rockin' red, not blue.
It's your boy Young Tizzle, and I like Pop-Tarts. Like them so much, like I gotta eat a fart. Damn, that's kinda nasty. I'm super classy. I'm so flat, I'm super flashy.
Sassy.
My girl's kinda sassy.
Smoking on
I said my wife is a little sassy. Let me say it again, my wife is a little sassy.
I tried to give some energy behind it.
On that mid. Ladies and gentlemen, that was probably the best freestyle session we've done. Oh yeah.
Wow, you think so, huh?
Oh, you don't think so?
You don't say.
Oh, wow.
Up until the very last one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potnas podcast, where we're delivering our perspective on topics, news, and shit. We are your hosts, the Potnas. First up is the partner behind the soundboard. He is a man of knowledge and many words.
Oh man, I like that.
Give it up for Dino, aka the Dixon. Wow. Next to him is the coolest partner with the world's greatest beard of all time. Clap it up for Bradley, aka Coolin' and Pullin'.
What's going on, son?
Where's my gunshots?
Are you doing gunshots too?
I needed gunshots. Gunshots.
But the shot is, are you from Greensport?
Shotas. No.
You're from Killeen.
I'm from Chicago, baby. They shoot a lot more.
Yeah.
They shoot a lot more.
We're gonna have to find Bradley a Beretta.
A Beretta?
Definitely.
The Buick or no, that was Oldsmobile Beretta.
I think he said with the gun.
I know.
Yeah. And finally, I am the most extraordinary, electrifying, explosive partner of them all. You ain't never had a friend like me, baby.
This nigga's the most.
God damn it, I am Mr. Somebody Had to Say It. They call me JT, but you know me as Young Tizzle, the live threesome.
If Courtney was here, he'd be so disappointed in me. Disappointed in me.
I can hear the listeners right now.
There's a TikTok where they go, yeah.
Let's do it.
Tomato.
Oh,
Hateration is the highest form of flattery. And let's give a shout out to everybody on set. Well, before we give a shout out to everybody on set, let's welcome our very special guest back for the second time, Miss Ashley Johnson. Friend of the show. She is back, and we got a lot of questions for
I gotta
you.
give you one of these.
I'm ready.
Yay!
That's a bunch of jewels.
That's yours. No, it really is. Yes.
Right.
Ashley.
Shout out everybody on set. Give it up for Scream Man that presents us at our best. Monitor Man Chris Anderson, aka Iron Exposure.
What's going on, buddy?
And give it up for our content king, aka the Plugs Plug, ToddKnowsBest.
Yeah, what do you do, baby?
Plugs.
That sounds cool, right?
Yeah. Shout out to the beautiful ladies on set, the wives, Kirsten and Sam Bam and Keiko. Yes.
Kids and the mamas.
Yeah.
Motherhood.
We got the whole family on deck today.
Yeah, mine's left. They have to go to bed.
Yes.
The family reunion.
Yeah. Shout out to Jen and Jewel. They were here earlier. They were. DJ in the back.
Hang, tried to hang.
Yeah, man.
What up, DJ? All right. Welcome back, Ashley. How have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah?
I'm happy to be back.
Yes.
It's good to have you here with me, too.
Last time, for our listeners, go back to season 3 and listen to the episode Relationship Theory Single as Fuck. That was Ashley's debut. And things have changed since you were last on the show. You are no longer single, right?
Oh, boy.
It's complicated.
Is it?
It's complicated.
No,
Is it
it's not
complicated?
complicated.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, y'all solidified.
Solid, baby.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Real solid.
It's different.
You go, girl.
It's a little different.
You want to shout him out?
Yeah.
You want to shout his name out?
We're good.
What makes you always do that? Why is it necessary?
That's his purpose.
You don't say his, you don't say his social security number.
Hey, she's media trained.
Good job. Yeah,
Is he he's an outstanding, upstanding man of our society?
Is a man of God.
Okay.
A man of God.
Man of God.
Okay. Yes.
Strong
yes,
individual.
yes. Taller than you?
Strong character.
Okay.
Taller?
Everyone's taller than me. So
Okay.
that would be
How
it.
tall
That's
are you?
actually true.
I'm 5'3".
She's 4 foot. Oh, okay.
I'm
That's it?
63
5'3"?
inches.
She's 4'10". That's what I was gonna guess.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
All right.
That's with heels.
Not much.
Do you know your
Nope,
metric height?
That's without heels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'm 5'5" with heels.
You're probably around there.
Yeah.
With brown eyes, look
Give
at
me
that. Smile like the sunrise. Look at the Lord.
Ashley is a singer, ladies and gentlemen. So,
Oh boy.
do you want to sing something?
These landmines.
And me too,
are
a little
just
bit.
all
Like,
over
I will
the
cross
place.
the ocean for you.
Now you asked her to sing. Huh?
I'm trying to.
Trying to bridge the gap.
Yeah, clearly. There's never been a friend like him.
Right.
Hey, do you want to sing?
Welcome back, Queen, to the Potnas podcast.
Thank
You know
you.
you always have a place here on this show, so glad to have you back. And we're really just kind of catering to our listeners. They have been begging for a woman's voice on season 4, and you are the first woman's present of the season. So, yep.
So we're right.
Mind,
All
body,
right.
and spirit.
Shout out to everybody's
Hold it
fit
down.
today. All right, so
man.
D with the peach.
These old rags.
Yeah. You looking mighty peachy today?
No, I was. Actually, this outfit was inspired by my daughter. She's not here. You guys can't see, but she
Yes.
had a peach tutu on earlier today.
She did.
And a unicorn dress.
did.
So
And a
where
bow.
is your
And I'm
tutu?
talking- Well, it was more the color as well.
Okay, that's the inspiration.
She understood the assignment.
She
She
did.
said this assignment.
She did.
Exactly.
Yes,
She did. She did.
All right, B Rad, what you got on?
I have on very basic
Nike
experience
for
here.
Nike for love.
But Nike for love, because I'm more in love with Nike than these niggas.
You want to show your shoe
And I
game right
take-
quick?
Oh, that's a very appropriate shirt for her.
wanna
Here's
take it
the
off?
shit. Oh wow, you always undressing me here at
Right,
the
what do we
Potnas
got here?
podcast.
Yeah,
I'm glad I don't have holes in my socks, but yes, these are
I am
a
happy
blazer,
for the distance.
77, 74, something like that.
I love
don't
the
know.
thickness of the
Yeah,
laces.
and the thickness.
And we have begun.
Thick. Oh, here we go.
It
Thickness,
has
baby.
begun.
Thank you. Let me redress myself.
Yes,
But just to sum that up, Nike is for
Lovers.
lovers. Oh yes. And we actually have on Valentine's Day colors, right? Because by the time that this episode comes out, it will be Valentine's Day.
Yeah, let's
all
talk
right?
about love, people.
Yes, I have on the red circular frames on
can
with
say round.
my Yu Yu Hakusho Kurama shirt. All right, with the rose whip and the rose petals.
They
You
don't know
see
about
how
that.
the-
They don't know
Yeah,
about that.
Rosie.
They don't know
Shout
about
out to
that.
everybody who's been reaching out to us, all of our listeners who are fans of anime. So peep the wall.
Yeah, man.
We got a lot of different legendary anime characters on the wall for sure. But yeah, this podcast is for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Let's get into a debrief for the week, all right? So, D, how was your week, man?
Man, it was great in the sense if great meant exhausting. It was exhausting, but it was rewarding. Let me tell you why. I got to see some of my work come to life today. But what was frustrating is these motherfuckers joined the meeting a full hour and a half after the demo was supposed to start. So,
Amazing.
yeah, y'all saw. We work with Offshore Talent. They're amazing. They're in India. So when it's 8:30 here, it's 8:30 a.m. there.
So, what did they have like?
The meeting was supposed to
a
start at
ritual?
7:30.
And why
No.
did they show up an hour and a half
I have
late?
no fucking clue.
There should be a buzz button that
Yeah.
like sends a surge up people's spine whenever they're late to a meeting.
They're spine.
Up their
They
spine.
did
Right.
in Nazi Germany.
I mean, shoot, through the vaccine, they're already injecting us with chips, so we might as well.
Well, I don't think that's happening actually.
Misinformation, right?
think-
Let us not get canceled like that.
I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah. All right. That's all you got?
Damn, nigga. Yeah, my life is not. Also, caught chlamydia in,
Is that why your voice is a little raspy?
Valentine's Day.
in my throat. I caught
You
it
should
in
have
my
hit
throat.
the. Never mind. Save it.
People probably like, you're too stupid, chlamydia in his throat. Anyways, B-Rad, how was your weekend?
Week. My weekend was blackout. No, my week. No, I actually did pretty well. Last week was actually my return back from dry January. So this week was back to fucked up February, baby. No, I've been good. It really has helped. I have a praise report.
Let's hear about
All right.
it. Let's hear
Won't
it.
he do it?
So I've been so invested in like making myself a better, for lack of a better term, worker. I just want to be able to serve the people that allow me to play my passions out in a better way. Since December, I haven't read. Here, fun fact: I haven't read a book from cover to cover since 5th grade.
Damn.
Okay.
Since the 5th grade.
I have a whole degree that I still haven't paid off.
Are you sure?
I am gainfully employed. I make more money than I should have.
Okay. All right.
And
shout you
spend
out.
more money than I should have to. And for the first time, I was that invested in trying to figure out my life in a professional manner that was the catalyst. That's crazy for me to crack a book open. I have 7 books in my home. I don't know how I obtained them.
I guarantee one of those books is John C. Maxwell.
Yes, it is. Did you look at the story?
What story?
It is. It's 21 Irrefutable Laws.
Are you fucking serious? I got that. I was spot on.
Who now? Spot on? Oh, yeah. No, you're right on. Yeah, that's the book. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, everybody has a John C. Maxwell book.
Yeah. And he wrote 50 fucking books. But and I learned that from reading the book. Didn't know who the man was until I read a page. But it's amazing. It's like, you're kind of going along as you go. It's interactive. He's a storyteller,
And
but
what's this one called?
I'm also learning how to be a manipulator. Huh?
What's this one called?
21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
Irrefutable. Is that the word of the day, Dino?
It's not, but I like that word a lot.
What does irrefutable mean?
The dictionary. At all times, I got to be on site.
Yeah.
Irrefutable means without question. It is a undeniable fact.
You cannot refute it.
You cannot refute it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Unrefutable.
Irrefutable.
Thank you.
And I love having Dino here because he's like literally my personal dictionary. I don't necessarily have the best vocabulary, well, at least in my opinion. And
I think you have an amazing vocabulary.
Thank you.
Above average.
Well, I just would like for my vernacular and my vocabulary to be as broad and expansive as you two gentlemen. So
Thank you, actually, for involving me in that. I appreciate it.
And for you to have such a high vernacular
How'd you get over
and
here?
vocabulary,
Yeah.
and you
don't
haven't read a
read.
book,
It blows people's minds because I talk a fucking lot. I was born to speak.
That's a fact.
And this dude is from Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. We got to give that up. Let's give some applause for that, huh?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Wait a minute.
Sorry. Wait, you said Chicago? Oh, my bad. My bad.
To be honest, that's what the birth certificate is. The personality is Killeen, Texas. Baby.
Killeen, Texas. You are the best person out of Killeen, by the way.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Do we
Because
even
I
know
couldn't
where
have been
Killeen is?
any worse than anybody I know there.
What is Killeen in Texas?
Central Texas, baby.
Oh, no.
But it's sister city to the largest military installation in the free world. I dropped that piece of knowledge on our guest last week, and he was mind blown because I guess it was he's Air Force man. So
He's been in the Air Force for 28 years and ain't never heard of Killeen.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's
Wild.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's my question.
Yes.
So you haven't read a book cover to cover, but you do read pretty
Things
often.
like the backs of
Articles?
Cheetos.
You read articles,
No,
right?
articles online,
yeah.
web.
Ooh,
That's a new thing.
I
Like
love-
people aren't going to libraries
Well,
anymore.
those I
listen
feel
to
like
NPR.
they stir up my soul too much because I just disagree with everybody all the time. But the thing is, what I like is reading about inanimate objects. So my obsession about cars,
Okay.
the most reading I do is editorial automotive
Interesting.
articles.
What vehicle do you
An
drive?
animate object.
Don't. Maybe
okay.
We're going to start asking you questions.
So what
Ask away.
was his name?
Oh, wait, you have a button for me?
Bring it on, JT.
Yes.
What is the answer? How many times have you clipped your toenails last month?
Last month?
Oh, this nigga, no.
Sam would know.
You already lost.
I actually don't.
Sam is
clip
actually
my-
doing the one.
I
doing the
actually
clip.
don't. Fun nasty fact about me, and I don't even know if this is nasty, but this is what I do. I actually peel my nails.
No, that's not good, bro. That's disgusting.
Yep, nobody peels their nails.
With your teeth?
No, with my fingers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even the toe ones?
That's a guilty pleasure of mine.
What about the toe
yes,
ones?
the toe ones
Okay,
too.
thank you for clearing that up.
But mine are too thick to do that though.
No,
Sam's in the back.
I have razor sharp nails,
Mm.
and I be plying them hoes like off.
Oh.
It feels good though.
Yeah,
like
we don't
But
have a
you go
gross
too
butt.
far sometimes? If you're
sometimes,
killing
but
them?
I've done
Okay.
it so much that I'm
Yeah.
an expert now. Like I know
okay.
the angle and the degree to pull it at, and boom. And
That kind of sounded
To be
erotic.
fair,
That's why my nails are
they're not
perfect.
bleeding or,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
They look like you're not in pain.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that's all that matters.
I told you I got it
might be
down.
okay.
You
All
get
right.
do you get manicures?
No, I probably should though.
You would that would benefit
Yeah,
you.
my one of my frat brothers,
peeling your
Gregory
nails.
Watts. He
Hey,
gets
shout out
them occasionally, frequently actually, probably on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And sorry, G, for putting your information
Damn,
out there
just put
like
this whole
that.
man
But
business.
he's a very well-groomed man,
Right.
and he's kind of helped instill that value into me. So
Or not, because you're still
Hey,
peeling.
shout out to you,
your
Watts.
nails.
Well,
Let's look.
all right. So I will say this.
Back
then.
to the facts.
The next
Can
time,
you explain?
Sam, the next time you go to the salon, I'll go with you.
She's like, that's not what I want. Nigga, I want my me time. Nigga.
Oh, you said, do I got money?
Yeah, you paying?
She said, am I paying, ladies and
Trying to
gentlemen?
get flued
Of course,
out.
I got you, baby. Yeah, I'm not going to pay. Ashley,
here.
Ashley, how was your week?
I like how you transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. That was real. That was real.
That was so
that?
smooth, like a
Smooth way out.
97
Okay.
Cavalier.
Hey, Queen, how
Nice
you doing,
little
Queen?
segue there.
Yeah, yeah.
One at a time. Ashley, how was your week?
Okay. My week was full of work.
Okay.
You don't have to talk about it.
Work is work.
Who's your employer?
And I'm glad it's Friday.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
What do you have planned for the weekend?
This weekend, dinner plans.
Okay.
Oh, date night.
Yeah.
Are these? Well, we're gonna get into that later.
Valentine's
But
Day dinner
mostly
plans?
relaxation, so you
Oh,
know,
okay.
nothing too big.
That's good. That's
you
good.
know.
You some much needed you time.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you do to
And
relax?
Sleep.
Fuck.
Oh, that's not relaxing.
That's not really.
That is a lot of.
If it's relaxing, you're doing it
Kirsten
wrong.
was snapping it up in the back. She
Right.
said, "Yeah, I'll be
Dear-
fucking."
Dear
I'll be
America, if sex is relaxing, you're doing it wrong. You've missed the mark.
What if you're like a smooth stroker?
I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
It's a workout.
Well, that's actually the best workout there is.
Do I make you horny, baby? Yeah.
All right. If you are too slow on the buttons, he will create.
He's gonna
them.
Yeah.
make them
I just
himself.
want you to know that.
Yeah,
Clearly.
it is so clear
On it,
that that's
okay?
yeah.
You have to
one of
be
his
one
favorites.
step
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Do you know
You freestyle the buttons better.
because
Yeah, he was like 2 seconds ahead. That was crazy.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to even make that comment that I was about to make. Oh, did y'all talk about what y'all getting into for the weekend?
We pretty much did, and you said, "Is that all, my nigga?" So
No, I said, what are you getting
the
into
weekend.
for the weekend?
Oh, the weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't have your listening ears on.
I don't. I clearly have my talking
He's
ears
got
on.
the
turn them
soles
on.
of his feet on his
Yeah,
ears.
that's good. Good practice for Keiko.
Shout out, I guess so.
Loud and
You
proud.
know what I'm saying? Say it with your chest.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
This weekend, what am I getting into? I'm doing some much needed relaxation. Is one thing I'm doing.
Good for you. You
Yeah,
needed
man.
that. When are you taking a vacation?
Oh, we literally just talked about that. I have no idea. The thing is, and this is what's so different. I miss PTO. I miss paid time off. Now, like when you're self-employed, there's no
You're the CEO of your schedule
you can't
and
take
your
off.
company.
Like you
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
tell clients, I'm not working during this time frame.
Well,
And
then
you have
do
to
it.
you have to organize that across multiple projects, across multiple companies, across multiple months. It's interesting.
And you
But-
actually have to have the good boundaries because you could be working at.
They
10
will never
o'clock.
respect.
Right.
I just
You
was,
know?
in fact. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like they expect you to bucket it in a 9 to 5 frame of time for their time zone, which is the other fucked up.
Exactly. But we're talking for people who are offshore again,
Right.
you know,
Thing
in
is,
another
if
country.
If you're productive at, let's say, 4 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. and you're effective that way, then the rest of the day should be mine.
Well, that's how it functions.
As long
Yeah.
as the work gets done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
problem?
So that's probably the highlight. If we're doing glows and grows, that's a highlight.
Results only work environment.
Yeah. Look at
Y'all
you.
ever
go.
heard of that?
No, I haven't. But
No, I'm not gonna.
Never.
let's let
life.
these webinars speak, baby.
No, you actually have to pay for that.
Taking
Now,
notes.
I'll tell you a story on in my free time.
All right. While you're telling stories, bro, you want to tell us what you're getting into this weekend, my brother?
This weekend, so it's a free for all. Okay, it starts here right now because we're in a
This is the
free
weekend.
for all.
Yeah, facts.
And then so tomorrow I like to dedicate my Saturdays to like do things, like I'm 46 or something like that. Like, do something around the house or make something.
okay, like
do something with my hands, Or like that's my like special workout day. Like,
Do you meditate?
No, because my mind cannot. Have y'all seen the TikTok when a nigga in church is the church in the background and it's just a whole bunch of terrible words happening? Like that's me when I try to meditate. It's like, pussy, dick, ass. Yeah, and
So
it blows it for me.
You have Tourette's in your head.
Yeah, my meditation happens at work.
Wow.
So y'all missed it. Pick it up.
I heard it.
My meditation happens at work.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I plan on I retrieve my childhood bike. From Christmas. So when I went home for Christmas, I retrieved my childhood bike. Childhood meaning 14. And I plan on refurbishing it and getting it back on the road.
That's a good project.
That's really dope, actually.
I do like projects.
Speaking of refurbished bikes,
Is it a road bike?
Don't
I'm
even
gonna make it real ghetto.
Don't even look
It's like a
over
mountain
here,
bike.
okay?
It's a mountain bike?
Yeah.
Say-
Okay.
But I'm gonna make it like cute, like an SUV.
oh, okay.
I don't know. It's got to match my car. I got the racks.
It's an SUV happening, dude. Speaking of refurbished bikes, Ashley.
What's the deal
Speaking
here?
of refurbished bikes, Ashley.
Nope.
What's the deal?
Ashley has a bike that's
know
been
what he's
sitting at
talking
my
about.
house for about 2 years.
Why is it sitting at your
We
house?
started refurbishing this bitch in 2019.
I feel like he's
No,
reaching,
2020.
embellishing
2020 for
a little
real.
Okay, well that wasn't too long ago.
years,
COVID happened.
And then that shit,
Pandemic.
Yeah.
it's ready to go, Ashley.
Yeah.
Not ready to go. By
All
the
these
way.
is the paint.
Come pick it
All
up.
these
Yeah,
is the
which is
paint.
a big part.
You got a nigga now,
What
so
do you mean?
Oh,
I'm not painting his bike anymore. We'll talk about it offline. Anyway.
can you imagine coming to knock on the door? Hi, I'm here to paint Ashley's bike. What? You know how fast I slammed that fucking door? Yeah, came to come paint Ashley's bike.
Bro, take your other finger off the board, man.
My fingers were wet. It was
You had 2 fingers on the board.
no, it's my fingers were wet.
Oh, try them off then.
Okay.
All right, my weekend. I'm actually excited for this weekend. I'm actually excited for this weekend because UFC. Sam
the
and
fight?
Sam and I are going to the UFC fight.
Yeah, man.
Our very first UFC event. We do this shit. You know what I mean? Like we watch all the pay-per-views, especially the ones
first
where
one,
we
but we
have
do it.
some of the prominent fighters. 2 of my favorite fighters.
Yeah, man.
One being from Houston, Texas. Shout out to Derek Lewis, baby.
I thought he was gonna say Darren Dixon.
Me too.
The Black Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you got to watch some of his highlights, man. He says like the wildest shit. Like he's literally like Marshawn Lynch of UFC.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
that sounds fun.
Don't give a-
I
I
would
like
be
that.
interested
Yeah,
in seeing
just
him.
don't give a fuck.
Like after he wins his matches, they're like, all right, so how did you feel about that? Why'd you take your pants off? Because my balls was hot as hell.
I thought when you said Black Beast, I was thinking about that man, that dancing black man.
Well, he's a heavyweight.
Lord.
He's a heavyweight.
Actually, speaking of which, that video has surpassed 3,000?
Did you do the video, Chris?
Absolutely not.
It's time. We need to see you dance, brother.
For our
Paul.
listeners, if you didn't tune into the last,
need to see it.
I think the
He'll
second
choreograph.
episode of
Yeah.
season 4.
Yeah, that's what it was.
We have a wager going for Chris, and we're waiting for him to do the dance video.
Yeah, we got those likes
What
and
is the guy,
views.
what is the large man's name?
Yeah.
Groovy Gorilla.
Dancing, jigging gorilla.
Oh my gosh!
Jigging monkey.
We just
Juke,
keep saying-
jive, joint, chicken, fried chicken, watermelon, gorilla nigga. That's what they made that into.
Right.
Nigga.
Anything. We take 3 steps forward and we just
Go 9 back.
nine
Sorry.
back, right.
I'm so sorry.
Nigga.
during Black History Month.
That's the way that they're treating that man. Like they just got him just shucking and jiving on tour and jigaboo. Minstrelsy. Minstrelsy is a real term.
Nigga. No,
If we need to, actually, since it is Black History Month, you made that.
Word of the
make
day.
sense. Oh, is that the word?
It's not.
Minstrelsy is not the word of the day, but it's the Black History Month special word of the
There
day.
you go.
Which is a practice in which black people often called. I don't think I want to say the slur.
Conan?
But it starts with a J and ends with a ooh and starts with a jigga.
Jiggaloo.
Yeah.
Jigga, what's my motherfucking name?
And these people would entertain the brood of white people
My brood.
during a time in which so when we talk about cultural appropriation, and we're very sensitive about appropriating the shit that black people do, and how anything can turn into cultural appropriation, really that's the original term is minstrelsy, and that's the last thing I want to do is be a minstrelsy.
I like how you brought that back around. Yeah,
minstrel.
It's a fact. Yeah, blackface and all.
Enlightening the people on a tragic past.
Yeah. So even when it is a big black man who just so happens to be dancing on planes and stuff, look at who's entertaining it.
Hey. And y'all got money on this nigga dancing.
Oh, he doing it. I need to see sucking
Can you dance, Chris?
Trying to exploit me.
Wow, thank you for pointing out the dissonance there, right? Yeah. I just said, look who's entertaining. I'm thinking about white people. I'm like, we entertaining this shit. Ass niggas. Come on, nigga dance. Like, what? 3,000 likes. We done paid a lot for it. I'm like, okay,
anyways, back to my weekend. So, and it's always a blast, like kicking off the weekend with podding, right? It is. I love that our pod. I'm actually starting to enjoy pod day being back on Fridays.
It's therapy. It's release.
I'll tell you what, I've been having a great time. What's up?
What day was it on before?
Well, we moved it to Sundays periodically, and then
people at home have no idea.
But since the team has grown, we've had to kind of move it to Fridays to make sure that we're giving the people what they need. Right?
Shout out to the team
and fulfilling our promises to the people. By the way, that reminds me. Make sure every Thursday you tune into our YouTube channel. Okay, all you got to do if you follow us on Instagram, you just got to click that link in our bio. That will take you to our website, and there's a YouTube icon at the very top right of the website, and you just click that and it'll take you directly to our YouTube page, and you can view all of our live videos starting with season 4 episode 22.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. So yes, crystal clear 4K quality videos.
Well, it's down
linked
to the EP, but
okay, yeah.
And if you want to trick the YouTube algorithm, like the video that you watch, please subscribe.
My sister calls.
Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified about when the new episodes come out.
Yes. You said Jessica is calling you?
Yeah.
You want me to call her up?
I'm just wondering why she's. You know what? I'm sure she's with Jay. I'm sure she's with Jay.
She's with Jay?
I'm sure.
All right, let's see if we can call her up.
Wow.
Wait.
Actually, let's go like 4 shots.
She's going to get off that phone so quick.
Doesn't matter.
Talk to her about
we're phoning the friend.
Please leave your message for 210.
Oh, come on. Hold on. Let me try again. Let me try it one more time.
What if she forgot?
Can we leave a voicemail of moaning?
Wait, go. She was trying to call me at the same time.
Can we moan on the voicemail?
Hey, hold on. Hello, this is JT from the Potnas podcast. You are live.
What up, Jess? What up, girl?
You're live.
Podcast. Hey, what's up, baby?
What up, Jay? What up, baby?
What's up, baby?
What up, my boy?
Hey, we got a
We on the podcast. What's up?
Hey, what's happening? Hey, we got two Mississippi people going live on the podcast right now. I don't know if the people are ready for this.
Make sure they know me. 662, baby.
Hey, tell them what's happening, Jay.
Hey, Jay, put your handle out there for the people.
Hey, listen, man. One of the youngest, better looking, black, African American, short,
Here we go.
you can ever be in your life.
Talk your shit, Jay.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk your shit, Jay.
I fuck with everybody on the podcast. I love the movement. I'm going to come and be a part of it one day, but hey, I respect all y'all brothers out there.
Hey, we appreciate the love, brother.
brother.
Yes, absolutely.
Where can they find you? Where can they find you?
Yeah, give us their social media handle. Do you know it?
Oh,
no, they can't give me that. I can't give them that. I'm about to get married.
That's what I'm saying.
So we just got to take your word for it. We understand that.
You like me? Social media recruit.
Hey, what you get into, bro?
Hey, man, we over here on that moonshine, baby.
Hold on, Jay. Stop it. I need you to make sure you put something to the side for me, boy, because you said you're going to bring me something home.
Gee,
got real Mississippi.
I told her to call you because I just got to a fresh bottle.
Okay, there we go. I like that. Thank you.
So that's why she was calling.
I'm with it. My man.
Good looking, man.
My man. I'll be down there next week, Jay.
Hey, I got your moonshine, brother. I got it.
Dig. All right, Jay, we about to get back to the
pod.
All
right, y'all be good, man.
Hey.
Keep putting it down. That's real good work y'all boys doing.
Yeah.
Potnas, baby. Potnas.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah. Push it, P. Potnas podcast, baby. Love you, bro.
Peace.
Love you.
All right, peace.
Oh, man, you gotta love that.
That was beautiful.
That was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, we need more of those.
An hour later, it'd have been like that baby boy scene. I gotta go.
Yeah,
That's
man.
a fact. That's a fact.
Hey, and Super Bowl is yeah. So attending
Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
The
attending a
Bengals
couple of Super
about to
Bowl
win
parties.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, you got the Bengals?
I got the Bengals. They
All right,
made this
cool,
damn
cool.
far. This is Twilight Zone.
Congrats to them. This is our first appearance on to a Super Bowl
In 200 years.
No, ever. It's been 30 years since their playoffs.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
first time ever at the Super Bowl.
Some
What's up,
amazing.
Chris? Okay, yeah.
No better person than Mary J. Blige than to bring it in.
And that's what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for this halftime show.
Hunk upon.
As a matter of fact, you say hateration a lot, which I don't know too many people that do. And
I got it
that's
from
her
her.
turn.
Yeah,
Term.
that's her. She
You
coined the
love
term.
you some MJB.
Yeah.
He do.
She is probably my favorite R&B artist. I think it's a clash between her and Jill Scott. Those are my favorite
Interesting.
neo soul R&B
Your
artists
hair.
of all time.
All right.
All time.
Interesting.
What is yours?
R&B artist?
Or
Yeah.
neo soul? Because them two different. You kind
All
of
right, neo soul. Neo soul.
Oh, neo soul. You know what's funny? That she's in the headlines now. Before the Rogan drama, which we're gonna get into, it was NDRE was one of my favorites, bro. She was always, beautiful voice.
I wasn't a fan of NDRE.
She was, man. I love.
Sam loves her though.
I loved India.
I actually like her now too because I'm also an adult. I like her now as an adult.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about the way that black people treated her when we were younger made me not like her, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So I like her now.
bald-head,
Well, not black people, excuse me, young black people.
I'm not a fan of her music, but I'm a fan of like how she carries herself, and I've always loved like how she just kept like that eccentric vibe.
Eccentric is
eccentric, right? Yes, and,
but
very cultured, and always had like
she was
the
very her.
dashikis and African tones in the clothing. She always had it rocking. She's very multifaceted.
Very
she plays
Badu-esque.
piano. Very Badu-esque.
Badu-esque.
Right. Yep.
You don't like Brandy's music? You said you don't like her music?
No, NDRE. I love Brandy's music.
You like NDRE's music?
Yeah, I'm not a fan
She's
of her
even
music,
better.
but I love.
I mean, I don't want to say,
No, it's different. Two different, very different
But I
things.
love what she stands for. I love like her contributions to the community and all of the philanthropist work that she does.
So how do you feel about if that's the case?
What about this recent
Her taking her check with her.
her removing her music from Spotify?
No. Actually, there's been some developments.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh, I'm not necessarily. Are we getting into news?
Yeah, well, I think it.
All right, let's get into news then. Go ahead and take us into news, Dino.
I think it's time for the news.
All right, go ahead and take us into news, B-Rad. You got some information?
Let's start with with Joe Rogan.
Well, shit.
Well, we're already there. NDRE, we're already coming.
Yeah. So Joe Rogan, all of the controversy that it all started with just the misinformation that he was putting out with starting with the vaccine. And of course all of the different conspiracy theories that are out there. UFOs, aliens, the government ploying and plotting on us and injecting our bodies since the beginning of existence and governance in society, to now him freely using whatever type of words and lingo he wants, including the word nigga. And so much to the point where there's like a 3-minute video compilation of episode snippets of him saying the word, or just him talking about black people in general. And I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Joe Rogan as a comedian, and just the works of in his involvement in UFC and Fear Factor. He's a very funny guy. But with all the controversy that's kind of going on, and he's definitely exercising his privilege of being a white male in today's society, and white males are at the top in the pinnacle of privilege. Right.
Yeah. I would agree.
Privilege pyramid.
I would also add, to some additional context to the story. So, the story was popularized when NDRE, came out. Spotify pays artists crumbs, cents on the dollar. And this guy has $100 million contract with Spotify.
$100 million.
$100 million.
Pause to think about what you could do. Everybody pause.
$100 million.
$100 million.
Michelle Obama and Barack were supposed to have a podcast on Spotify too, right? What happened to that, Todd?
Michelle, she did start one. She got a first season off, but I don't think
that's what happened.
What was the check like? I'm more concerned to see how much they were going to pay the former first lady of the country that you reside
Not
in.
$100 million.
Can you check that out? Todd knows best.
Do you genuinely think they're gonna pay Michelle Obama $100 million?
Probably not. So
no, it's unfortunate, but no.
That's why I brought that up. But yeah, you added the context that India Reed.
She's like, okay, we're gonna pay Crumbs. This guy has $100 million contract that they still haven't like taken away yet. Right, as far as I understand, he still has his contract, and is being offered another contract by some other ancillary entertainment group called Rumble. No one knows what the fuck that is. But here's the meat of the meal. This guy, well, I guess India introduced, hey, this is the problem. Joe Rogan, and this was sticky. I agree with JT. I've been a Rogan fan. This guy's had 2 and 3 hour long episodes that I've listened to in full, in totality.
Wow.
But when you say nigger, like
freely
call us 20 times
when you're in the hood watching a movie and then you refer to the whole hood as the Planet of the Apes and
then say he's in a neighborhood.
So here's a
predominantly black community,
right?
And it was fucking Planet of the Apes, man. I'm like, whoa,
yeah,
niggers. Right.
And that's where the line gets drawn for me about what really to do hard. Here, right?
Yeah.
So let's say, for instance, right, somebody calls someone a nigga, right? We know that is completely. It didn't matter if Spotify paid him $4 million, right?
Yeah.
Versus him actually using the word nigger with a hard ER too, a very solid ER.
Yeah, very hard.
In like third person, like they called those people niggers.
Yeah,
right. So that's his loophole right now. But
journalistic,
unfortunately, that was the catalyst for people researching him saying things about it being like Planet of the Apes. So he can't even argue at this point to say that, I was just saying it as, I didn't know that I couldn't just say it in reference.
And journalistically.
Well, we know where your mindset is off of some other stuff to back that up. So, but I do want to get back to India Reed.
Yeah,
because she accepted the check to shut the hell up about it.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh,
yeah.
She
so
did?
After all this, she's the person who brought this up. I don't know if she compiled the video.
Yeah, this was after Neil Young pulled his music, and then she followed suit by pulling her music off of Spotify.
Nigga, hope, nigga, bitch,
then promoting the video compilation of him using the N-word and
what was the check?
So she took some. Not sure of the amount, and we are more than prepared here at Potnas Podcast to find out what the check amount is. But listen, here's the thing. In addition to her accepting the check, which is all kind of speculation, but the woman said that she does not believe that Joe Rogan is racist. She said those words.
There was a video.
So the people came after her.
Yeah, so she doubled back.
So twofold on this, right?
After her, bro.
It makes me very frustrated to see, as big of a fan that I am of Joe Rogan. It frustrates me to see so many black people be quick to jump in at the aid of a white man or just anybody besides black whenever they mess up and they're speaking either down or in a negative connotation of black people, of our culture, right? And we can never stand in solidarity together to let people know, hey, we're not fucking with this.
Yeah.
Stop it. I mean, and a perfect example is the Whoopi Goldberg situation, right?
I'm glad you got into it. Yeah, I'm glad you got into it.
It's like we're playing timeout. Like when the moment we say anything.
So what's the Whoopi situation though?
The Whoopi, for context, The View, the show The View, Whoopi Goldberg and a couple of other middle-aged white women. Whoopi Goldberg being like the only black woman on the show. They were. I think they were talking. They were. Doing a dedication, a remembrance of the Holocaust, and she made the comment something along the lines. I think I'm paraphrasing right now.
I remember
of saying Holocaust isn't. Let's be real. Holocaust isn't about race. It's about human disdain of other humans. Something along along those lines, right? It's about human punishment of other humans.
Was the
right?
problem? Yeah,
which is. Interesting. I don't know if y'all had time to unpack.
So, yeah,
unpack because that was the Holocaust. I'm just giving, which everybody should know
Context.
that's listening to this. But
Yeah.
the Holocaust is a good example of when, I see where Whoopi was going.
I'm trying to go.
Of when we make as large of a deal as it should have been out of something where white people bother white people.
Yeah.
So it was easy for white people to continue to make that a big deal there on The View because they were passionate about other seemingly helpless white people.
And white people will be real quick to to include themselves in being victims, right?
And so that's why I see Whoopi stepping in. Was like, you do know that's like when y'all say black on black violence, we like, girl, forget that black on black violence.
Right.
This is other people.
Black people aren't killing black people
Right.
because they're black.
Right.
Like it's just
Well, that's also just like a complete. That's like a misnomer. That's what do you call it? A red herring. That's a red herring because that's not even. Bro, we don't kill each other at any higher rates than white people kill white people or Asians kill Asians.
That can't even be
You
proven
kill who's around you.
statistically.
Like that's,
exactly. Exactly.
And we know that the Holocaust was mass
genocide.
Mass genocide.
It was. I mean, they saw it as a race thing.
Right.
This superior race were Aryan people.
So bringing this back, right?
What an interesting opportunity for them to be both the hero and the victim.
Yeah.
At the same
Right.
time.
So peep this. So this is how they reprimanded her, right? So at first the audience and and all of the listeners and viewers were like, she needs to apologize. So she, I think, went on the next episode the day after and had publicly
and the
apologized.
network encouraged her to apologize.
Right. And so, but that wasn't enough for the people. Like, the white women and men get banded together and was like, that's not enough. We need some other sort of...
This was,
that's why they only let one nigga on set. You always got to outnumber.
And so the ABC president had a conversation with her and told her that she was going to be suspended for 2 weeks and
without pay.
Right, without pay, and then told her to go get educated on the wrong that she said and the wrongness in her action in her comments. And so 2 weeks without pay, and then you got to go and forcefully take these classes to educate yourself. Whoopi Goldberg is probably Jewish anyways, right? Or she's so
eclectic. Yeah, she's probably not culturally Jewish, if anything.
But,
she might be
but let's look at the difference, right? So you got Whoopi Goldberg, who didn't even say it's. In my opinion, it's not necessarily.
Hold on.
Well, okay.
The thoughts expressed do not express the thoughts of everyone on the podcast.
Of everybody on the and correct me if I'm wrong or enlighten me if I am naive, but I'm not saying that the Holocaust was bad at all. That shit was fucked up. It was mass genocide,
of course.
Right? But she didn't even say anything. She wasn't intentionally trying to hurt Jewish people,
or even be opposed to the conversation. She was just trying to simplify the message,
and she was providing her perspective. And if anything, if they felt disrespected or felt that she was disrespecting people, they could have addressed her right then and there on the show. Now, I didn't see the episode,
and I have. So here's what I would say.
Okay.
It's not even so much about the reprimand. I'm a big fan of accountability, fam. We've talked about it on this pod. If we misspeak, holler at me, check me.
Right.
Props to Saab, props to God, props to you. But like in this scenario, what gets me is that there are cops who've killed people who get suspension with full salary.
Derek Chauvin, man. I even hate saying the motherfucker's name.
I don't even finish the name.
Leaning on George Floyd's neck. And it took a whole world movement to finally get the government to be like, you know what, this actually was kind of fucked up. Let's do something about it.
That's what gets me about the whole Whoopi thing.
But the whole perspective that is going to be taken is, what if we did that?
Right.
What if we
stormed the Capitol?
Slavery?
Yeah.
Right.
Come on
you
now.
know what I mean? That's
JT,
what the perspective.
We would not have made it past that second tier of steps.
And if we did, if they did, we would have been able to explain to them why it was wrong.
It would have been mass genocide if we would have stormed the,
and the thing is,
the Capitol.
I feel like we did drop. So to bring it back to you even bringing this up, we dropped the ball when it comes to like supporting, like you said, supporting somebody and moving and addressing something that happens, in opposition to our missions to be equal people. Yeah. But that makes that just rammed us right back into the same point there. What if they'd be like, what if we did it?
That's what's going to happen. That's always the argument back.
Yeah.
And so what if one of the hosts from The View, one of the white hosts,
which has happened,
something about slavery.
Meghan McCain has said all kind of crazy shit.
Yeah. Right. They expect us to just be like blanket. Oh my God, that's bad, because that's how they take it. When we tell white folks that something's racist, they're like, oh my God, I understand that my actions were incorrect, but it's never like a why it was incorrect. And I think that black people are capable of explaining why. If it comes up in a situation like Whoopi Goldberg, we're more than capable of explaining why we said what we said and why it makes sense.
Not all black people are.
And I feel like the only way to do that in this organization where she is, marginalized, right? Whoopi Goldberg is marginalized in that organization. The only way to be able to prove your point against somebody telling you that they were offended is to have people behind you. And she did not have that from us.
And you know why I feel like she probably still hasn't quit to this day, even though this is complete bullshit of how she's getting treated and reprimanded, is because she knows representation matters. And so she believes that, and this is me speaking as JT, right? Young Tizzle and the Live Thrizzle speaking on this, his perspective on this situation. I think in her mind, she's thinking about the strategic big picture of, I can handle this. I can deal with this. I have made it this far in life and I have the accolades. I need to be on this show for representation, because if I leave, what if they replace me with another white woman?
They got to keep that ratio.
They would never do that.
They got to keep that ratio.
And good for them to hopefully that they actually do keep that in mind. Right?
And I hope that Whoopi didn't feel that way. Hopefully, like I hope that one day NDRE, Whoopi, etc. can have the backing behind them to fight against having to be like, okay, well, let me think about my life situation instead of fighting fucking social justice.
Question.
Like
no,
what?
That's a good point. Why do we have to be our own? Well, we do have to be our own heroes, though. I mean, we just do, unfortunately. But question to you: in hearing that, is it a bad thing that India took the money? Because it had a negative connotation. But hearing what you just said, I mean, is it bad?
So here's the thing. I think NDRE understood that she did her part already, which was brought the shit up. And then she was like, oh, then I could play for a little bit. And now I'm going to take my money.
So let's bring this back to Joe Rogan, right? So you have that situation that happened with Whoopi. And then you put Joe Rogan's shit, right? So this all started off with misinformation. That was the biggest controversy, and he was saying a whole bunch of stuff that was offending people, with epilepsy and all these other physical setbacks within medicine and just physical components in general, right? And then the people, sorry. So. It's okay. The fact that it started off with the misinformation, and then the moment that they made it about race, they wanted to put that at the forefront to try to get expand the demographic to be more included on that, to canceling this man, because what he says doesn't fit a political agenda for the man.
In fact, it's funny because now it's like there's pretty strong opposition on both sides coming at Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was never a person who was like staunchly for progressive. He was a person who was like, he was pretty critical across the board. And so to now have this like universal, for good reason. He said nigger like 20.
Yeah. Well, what he did was
he issued out apology.
Have y'all ever done the?
It was so whack. I'm sorry.
It was so bad
because the first one was like, okay, I didn't know I was saying nigger journalistically instead of N word. Just say nigger.
Right.
Less syllables. Come on, man. All right,
come on, man.
Okay, I give you that.
And
but when he said, well, when I said Planet of the Apes, nigger monkeys, you know what? I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Right.
He had nothing to say. In fact, what he said was, when you're in a situation where you're having to say, I'm not racist, you're clearly fucked up.
Yeah.
And he literally said that. And I'm like, you think so?
I think that's what's kind of amazing is that people know that he's more intelligent than that. They're also surprised in the same moment that he's also
for
just
him to be
as
doing
racist
that,
as
it
he's
has to be deliberate. He's very intellectually sound.
He considers himself a comedian too, so that's why he probably feels like he can get away with.
He has that creative license to say nigger 20 times.
It's kind of like when they line up, like the political parties left and right and make them blind, and like, okay, which ones do you agree with? And they reveal it, and it's like, fuck, I'm a Republican. Like that's what's happening with the Joe Rogan situation. We're like, yeah, we agree, and it's like, oh, he said nigga, huh?
20 times.
Damn.
Ooh, Planet of the Apes. Nigger monkey babies.
Nigger monkey babies. This is gonna be. That's the buzzword. That's terrible.
Sorry, Joe. I can't. I loved Rogan. I can't.
February has the episode with the most times we said nigga in it.
I want our listeners to put a bow on this situation, right? And so we can leave and get to the rest of the news because it's been a pretty, All right, before we get to that, I just want.
Can I point something out?
Yeah, about Joe Rogan or about
this one?
Okay.
Me?
I just want to remind you, of your word of the day,
which
was
the
last podcast.
Okay,
with this conversation in February.
Niggas.
That's what we've been saying the whole time. You ain't
niggas.
Okay.
I've only been saying that word.
Okay, because I thought we were emphasizing
niggas. It means just remind people. Let's recap.
We were using it for contextual purposes.
Negus. Niggas. Shout out to Rogan. We were using it for editorial purposes.
Hey, the message that I wanted to put out before
Niggas means
let me have the floor
sovereign king of Ethiopia.
All right.
Let me have the floor right quick. So for our listeners, with the Joe Rogan situation, if anything, if you're gonna take anything from this, just please make a concerted effort to when people talk back or down on black people, let's just try to be on a united front and lock arms, not necessarily on some Martin Luther King shit, but just literally stand in solidarity for our race, for our ethnic group, please, because the Asians do it. They do it exceptionally well. Boy,
how did I know that's the first place he was gonna go after that? I don't know what it was.
Look, this is why I got all these motherfuckers on my wall. Because right there,
I'm more Asian than black.
Let's just make it a point that says that you're idolizing the characters.
I am. Not the race. Right? Yeah.
Wow.
These are jokes, people. But I do want black people to stand in solidarity.
Editorially.
Yeah. Right. And contextually. All right. Let's move on.
Y'all are stupid, bro.
Okay.
It's been a head of a week.
I didn't think you were going to surprise me.
Of a week.
Oh, my. He had.
Let me elaborate. So,
he was waiting for it.
Okay.
So it all started with.
Go ahead.
It all started with. Go ahead.
There you go.
Go ahead.
No, that's
five. Put hands on her.
That's five.
I'm gonna put my hands on her. Look,
enough of the toxic song.
It all started off with some paint and sipping.
Oh, not painting. And for my never mind.
Yeah, paint and sipping.
Oh my god.
Okay.
For our listeners,
I forgot about this one. I literally forgot.
Go ahead.
So it started off with
like
paint,
6 stories.
an erotic paint and sip. I guess it was a girl's a bachelorette trip or something of that nature.
Oh boy.
But some middle-aged black women were at a paint and sip.
And then there was
because they were. You looking at the video?
What does that have to do with anything?
That was somebody 18.
All right.
Actually, you're right.
There were some black women at an erotic paint and sip, and there was a male entertainer walking around and in his like little tantarans, and then he just started getting head or fellatio from one of the women that was at the paint and sip table, and her friends just looking at her and whatnot. That kicked off the week.
It's interesting the dynamic you just presented that with, because I would bargain that he received the head because he is the point of interest in the room.
Yeah,
I think the person more interested because he's like he got some head from. I think.
Oh yeah,
it was. She wanted to get that man head. Period. At that place, she came in there hot.
Let me smell the dick.
Right. That's what I imagine happened. That's what I imagine.
Hands down. She's like, okay, I see what you're working with. Let me
smell your dick.
Who is the predator here?
Moving right.
Clearly,
Ashley, have you ever been to not a sip and paint where people sucking dick, but have you ever been to like a male strip club or anything?
A Chippendale.
So low all of a sudden.
Wow! Oh my God! Is this thing working?
What?
Is it? Actually, I know the answer. I already know the answer.
Can you speak in the mic, Ashley?
I know the answer.
Can you speak in the mic, please?
Anything actually?
The answer is yes. And I would even say she probably shares Jen's. I'm not gonna speak for you, but I am. Yes, she's been. And wait a minute. And
it does feel like you just
like Jen, Jen didn't find that shit sexy. It was like niggas thrusting themselves in the air in thongs. Like I didn't want to see it. It wasn't sexy to her. It was interesting. But it wasn't like, oh yeah, this nigga with the silky dick with the sock.
Silky dick.
Hey, he had a silk sock on.
Yeah, no, literally. Well, that's what his ass out.
That was a missed opportunity for Bruno Mars. It should have been Silk Sock.
Silk Sonic.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't speak for her. But that's what.
So that's how the week kicked off, right? With the paint and sip. Then next was, and there was 4 events that happened. 4 head of events.
Not heterosexual event. Get it?
Hetero.
Get it?
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry.
That was a level up, Ashley.
Fuck.
What's the next one?
The next event that happened was good old Nelly. Country Grammar. A video got leaked of him getting some head, and apparently a lot of the ladies weren't too fond of his shrimp dick. Hey, who knows?
So I don't
know. Why would he leak it if he got?
I got the scoop on this.
So it turns out.
Go ahead. No,
you got.
I like your.
I wanted to add pieces to the story. Just simple detail. The video was seen on Nelly's own Instagram story.
Thank you. That's all I was going to say.
So
Nelly said himself. He put out a statement, in fact, apologizing to the woman and her family. He said it was unintentionally linked by his own hand. It was not supposed to get out. He was recalling the video and perhaps enjoying it in that moment. Got a bit overzealous, in fact, and posted that bitch by accident.
Nelly also has an Android device, and sometimes it's more difficult to navigate Instagram.
And we know somebody who has an Android device at this table.
Can we live? God damn.
As a matter of fact, the video quality and the way that it rendered onto Instagram would imply that it was an Android phone in which it is being leaked from.
Was it pixelated?
It wasn't necessarily pixelated, but it was like, you know, the way you can tell, like on Instagram, like when somebody definitely has an Android phone.
Like the video was much smaller than it should be.
Okay, well, that's text messages. That's text messages. On Instagram, you can tell the quality is different. It's almost like there's like a haze of.
Yes. Can I enlighten you? You know what's crazy? Oh, this is bullshit. This goes back to the whole Joe Rogan shit and white privilege. Apple intentionally downsamples the fuck out of Android videos.
Of course.
And makes the shit look ridiculous. Yes. They're childish. They're like, no, we're not doing that.
Because it's like, what else would make you understand that you cannot live your life this way if the way that we look at these phones, if 40% of your life or 40% of the things you see come out of this screen and this platform, we want you to see them clearly and from us.
Yeah,
and if you do it from anywhere else,
it's gonna look like some bullshit.
Yeah,
they're brilliant marketers.
Except for if you're on that phone. That's why they never convert, because they're like, my phone's awesome. What do you mean? It's like, no, it's not
it's
for
actually
us.
Like for a long time it was superior, but no, I gotta say that 13. But like, I ain't talking too much about Apple. Y'all ain't sponsoring us, but the new phones are fire.
But if they wanted,
they look like mirrorless.
This is not an ad.
So we went from painting to Nelly Shrimp Dick to then Lil Fizz from V2K.
Yeah.
So if Nelly had a shrimp dick, which we didn't really get to that. Ashley,
my heart hurts.
Ashley, story about it.
We unfortunately, Ashley, we have a little bit of previous information. Ashley was unable to see the Nelly video.
I was unable,
and so I wanted to give the time because we would love her opinion on his size. And the thing is, I don't even have the video myself.
Neither do I.
And neither do some of the listeners. So I wanted to make sure that he got the due diligence and the due justice that he deserves.
I mean, I respect
Let me
that.
get that aspirin.
As a man, as a man, I do respect it for sure.
As a man, because you never know what mouth is about to be on it. I mean, you might know. But you never know what that mouth is about.
She might have had gingivitis, and that's why his penis was flaccid.
She looked attractive.
So generous.
She did.
Yeah.
I don't know what the excuse. I gotta give him.
So Lil Fizz, he put his mushroom dick out. And
mushroom dick.
Yeah.
Wow. You just really just dug right in there.
Graphic.
You're just gonna jump in the water.
Wow. Now I'm picturing it.
And that's where we'll leave that, because that's all we need. People were putting mushroom emojis next to his.
I gotta stop you there.
That's also why Omarion did not fight Lil Fizz, because he knew. Remember when they was beefing bad?
Omarion said.
We was like, why is Omarion backing down so bad over his baby mama? He was like, probably in his mind, he was like, this nigga dick stupid. Like,
shit look like a Mario Toad.
I'm not even. This is not even a conversation, y'all. I bet he knew. Like, I wish I could tell y'all, America.
That's stupid.
But he was a bigger man, and he came out on top just by staying.
Wow,
the
there was a lot of innuendo.
That is a lesson, y'all. That's a lesson.
Like a skinny mushroom stem.
Why do you keep talking about what?
Because that was the reason why he was even trending in the head of your
Actually, you're right, because it was available to view on his OnlyFans before.
Listen,
he just happened to leak it.
Oh, he does have an OnlyFans.
For the record, he put that out. He was like, now they can't be getting all the dick shine out here. Let me go ahead and put not dick shine.
Like a spit shine with the dick shine.
It was glossy.
Yeah.
And then the biggest head event of them all.
He's a head ass.
Over my head.
Is our nigga Isaiah Rashad from TDE.
Nah, homie Jam.
I'm still on Dick Shine.
Isaiah Rashad
I can't.
is a rapper from Isaiah Rashad is Dino's favorite rapper.
No, he's not.
One of Dino's favorite rappers.
Okay, hold on. Let me speak for myself.
Speak for yourself, all right.
Speak for myself real quick. So Isaiah Rashad is a dope MC. He's a youngin' out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. He got an ill mic. He got a great pen. He's with TDE. My voice is getting hoarse, as you can tell. He's with TDE, Top Dog Entertainment. I'm a big TDE fan. Is what Tizzle meant. Since like 09, 2010.
Yeah, Kendrick's label, right?
I've been a fan of the label.
In fact, Kendrick's leaving TDE for his own label.
Kendrick Lamar.
Is that recent news? I'm kidding.
That's not new one. What is this shit called? Something Lane. Something. It don't matter.
All right. Back to Isaiah.
Oh, yeah. Todd knows best. Thank you for that. Shout out, Baby King.
Good friends with SZA, by the way, everybody. Just good friends with SZA.
Yeah.
Used to date SZA, right?
I wanted to say good friends.
She's friends of the show.
Hey, well, what happened was Isaiah Rashad, a video leaked of him doming.
Yeah, it was aggressive.
Another brother, man, and
another brother. Now it's incestual.
Yeah, and
another brother, man.
Another black man. Another black dick. Another black dick. And
this is terrible.
Yeah, I didn't name any of his songs. If a listener is listening, they don't know who Isaiah Rashad is because everybody had to figure it out on Twitter. I watched a lot of people like, who's this Isaiah Rashad fella? Because I want to see him sucking dick.
Name a couple of songs.
Name some songs so that
I named projects like.
Okay, name a you
name
did
a song.
You already named projects.
No, I always mispronounce it. Sylvia.
Okay,
is it Sylvia?
The House is Burning.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
House is Burning is one of my favorites.
And it has a song called "What You Said." Listen to that, and you'll love him forever.
Mm-hmm. That button that we play. What
he
the
also
fuck?
has a song with.
What the fuck?
Hey,
The Sauce Twins.
Deuce. And but anyways, so pretty prominent rap figure, and and he was caught, giving head, and now there's another video that's out of him receiving head from two other
mestizo.
I do feel
this was
at some point soon. I'd like to interject what we were talking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
You keep using these verbs: leaked, caught,
ooh,
accident.
Talk about
They
it.
just pull at the heartstrings, don't they?
Talk about it.
But
What
they're being recorded.
Mm-hmm. That nigga was making.
Thank you.
He made eye contact.
That was my point.
You're performing on
like
video. You are performing on video.
Performative.
Clear.
Correct.
Okay.
That's getting leaked, accidentally posted.
Yeah.
It's caught.
Yeah.
Did you say cock or caught?
Caught.
Okay, sorry.
Caught.
Sorry, I just.
It's hard.
Sorry. Yeah, we're trying to.
It's
understand.
hard.
It is. It's hard. It is really hard. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Okay. All right.
I like the what's the term?
Innuendo?
Yes, the innuendos happening right now.
These are double entendres.
Also, like
is what you're
to
doing.
let you know, JT, that every single rule you gave me, I feel like I'm breaking every single.
You have,
rule.
in fact, broken every rule, but it's all good. Keep
And
it
I feel
going.
it.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, that's
rules
what
get broken when you're comfortable. It's a little gym of. It's a gym. You're comfortable.
Here's a question.
What's the question?
Why do people record these videos? Why is it not enough to just be in the moment
That's a great
and experience it and get lost in the moment?
Lost.
because they want to relive the moment.
The moment. Ain't that right, JT? We want to relive the moment.
If you,
I'm down for that.
If you record it, are you responsible?
Yes.
For the possibility,
Yes.
Yeah.
of someone else seeing it because you're performing, you're reliving it, you're putting it on your phone. You know where we live.
Yeah.
TikTok, Chinese government.
Oh,
Okay.
The Chinese people.
Yeah, you put something that private.
Isaiah,
I have
Some people are performing too.
I have a simile to make.
Go ahead.
All right.
A facsimile?
Where within most sexual situations that men either put or find themselves in, we have a terrible time at making decisions within those situations. Let's be perfectly frank. And women are the first people to point that out in the fact that you the one that nutted in me. Well, you're right. I made a poor decision during that time in which I was enveloped in pleasure. Now, I will say, after proving myself right, I'm going to also prove myself wrong and say that I have premeditated filming. not filming against the other sexual party, but I premeditated filming before, and with the risk that I'm not Isaiah Rashad.
So what I'm hearing is, if and when you become famous, it is a high likelihood that your shit gonna leak too at some point.
Correct, but I would like to take the blueprint of Kim Kardashian,
monetize the fuck out of it. And become famous.
I have a question though. I mean,
ToddKnowsBest.
Can both exist? Can two things exist as far as just simply wanting to live in the moment?
Hey, Todd, you sound sexy as fuck on the mic, bro. Pause, but
I know we're talking about sucking dick and everything, Jason. Listen.
No, he sound better than me. I thought I had the best deep tone voice on the mic.
You think a lot of people?
All right, Todd knows best.
Do I make you horny,
Never had a friend like
no mixing, no mastering.
I said pause, damn it.
I thought I was
I'm a heterosexual man.
Hey,
all right?
check this out.
And I love gays.
Can both can both
Not like
things?
that.
Wait a minute.
Hey, check me out.
Or like
Yeah. All right.
Todd knows best.
Let me get my shit off. Yo, can both things exist though, where you can live in a world where you want to live in the moment, sexually speaking, but you also want to maybe record that moment so that you can replay and live that moment again? Can both of those exist?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you not lean into one, or can you lean into both?
I would in fact say that is therein describes my reason for participating in capture.
Oh, you said you got a lot of videos.
You just got a lot more sexy doing this too.
I can make a documentary.
Are you making one for
sexual documentary?
Are you making one for Valentine's Day?
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Hey,
This is not just a guy
I need to
thing,
get.
though.
I would have to get an erotic editor though, because I'm not.
There are women that ask for this, and to them,
Let me not put it
that
on.
is what he said: living in the moment.
they want to see how they performing. That's how the women want it. That's why
That's
they
living
asking for
after
it.
the moment.
No. Because
Recording is living after the moment.
Let's make I
They
statements.
said it's reliving
For
the
me,
moment.
I know I have at least a couple videos right now where I'm Isaiah Rashad and I'm and my woman.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Hold on now.
And if so, Darren, there's nothing wrong. Darren, there's nothing wrong with that. If so, there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it. Clearly.
Just want to make that a point that you're in a safe place.
What? Are you coming out to the people? Is that what's happening?
Boy, if you don't get
Okay, first of all, if you run the tape back, what I said was, I have had a couple moments where I'm Isaiah Rashad and my woman before y'all.
You didn't say the woman part.
Yes, I did.
You did not say
Run
that.
the tape
Did he
back.
say that?
You never did that.
Let him finish.
Back.
Let him finish.
I promise.
Let him
I'm
get up,
so
let him
glad
get
we
up,
have
let him
YouTube.
get up,
I'm so
let him
glad
get
we
up.
There also could have been a woman in the room too to make that a true statement. But
Hold on. When we run this back on YouTube and we see this, I need to know wagers. I need people to drop.
I put $20 that you didn't say a woman.
Yeah, you match.
You said
matching?
woman before that. I'm with
Timestamp
JC.
that monitor, man.
Okay. Are y'all matching that?
$20.
2, 4.
No. Don't get no matching. Just me and you, nigga. Let's go.
He said he matches. That's 20. That's 40.
Oh no, I'm not matching shit. Sorry, I'm poor.
We'll run it back. All right, but make your point.
$20.
That's what I got.
So, as in to say, if I can have the floor, Isaiah Rashad made full-on eye contact while he was slobbing this nigga's knob, right?
Yep.
I have video footage of me with my woman where I'm making eye contact, and the reason being was both of us were like, I want I said, I want to see how I look. Do I look goofy? What the fuck I look like? I'm just curious.
But here's the difference in you and Isaiah. Isaiah was perceived as a heterosexual man.
A lot of differences there.
Right.
Was perceived as a heterosexual man before this video came out, and then that's why
married.
Yeah,
that's why it shocked the black community, right?
I'm talking about the eye contact part. Right. She said, "Why would you record this and like look at like make I
think the closest person to this scenario is me in the room.
That's actually true.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
There's some self.
It's a whole episode's worth of information about how if you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, you were gay this whole time, girl. So let's get out of the way. Get that out the way. So I too, though, as someone who is perpetually perceived as straight and had played most of my life straight, and am queer and identify as gay, but also identify as many other things on the LGBTQ, etc. Algorithm. That's coming from a gay man. You can laugh at it. All right, so tough crowd.
Laugh with me. No, we can let you get your shit out, bro.
So I will say that that thought comes across my mind too. I'm like, damn, what if I have to be in the spotlight one day as perceived straight, and there's a video of me. I'm gonna take the other side of that, getting domed up by Isaiah Rashad. To be honest, like if it was Isaiah Rashad, the tables might be turned. He's rich, so those thoughts come through my mind too. But I think that in the moment, if I recorded something in the moment, I'm thinking to myself about how much I trust that other person. And do you know how much trust it took me to get to that point? Of course, during sex again, where we make poor decisions, that it took for me to be like, okay, cool. But here's the secret sauce. I bet you Isaiah Rashad has something on the other end of that video that he is benefiting from. Not whether that be like, this was planned. Sure, you can think that. But also, for him to get on film like that, there must be, the stakes had to been high for the other side of that video too. Yeah. And that's the only time I'm ever going to record something is if something like I need to have a copy of you, you know, an elephant and you went to the backyard. No, you know, I need something bad on you, you know?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even say something bad. I will say there's not a video that exists of me where my partner's not also represented quite thoroughly in that video. You just got my weird ass looking in the camera, cunnilingus on it. No, like nigga, we both in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think for me, TJ Todd Knows Best hit the nail on the head. G, like for me, it's both. Yeah. It's not a mutually exclusive thing. I think for me, I really enjoy the moment, and I enjoy it so much. I want to see this shit later.
Now, we do have to shed light on the fact that, and this was also pretty big and prolific on the discussion of Isaiah Rashad, right? Of him being mentally ill or having mental health issues, right? So him being perceived as a heterosexual man, and then now this comes out, even if it's part of his master plan and ploy, you know, or not ploy, but his method of coming out.
Nigga, blackmail is
it's still a lot of stress, and the black community and black Twitter can be very unforgiving, right, and very just strong in their approach, right? So we definitely want to pray for that man's mental capacity and mental health for sure, because that's not easy, right? Even if he was intentionally trying to come out, or if it got leaked and he got blackmailed, whatever that may be, we just hope that man is good, and you know, pray for that man's mental health for sure.
And I think that's like, you know, when we bring more attention to it, even if you're doing something positive, like I tweeted too about it quickly, and then I tweeted like thinking about his mental health, and then I tweeted again replying to myself thinking about his mental health, and I was like, all these tweets are adding to the amount of stuff that he feels like he eventually has to see about people talking about him, whether he wanted it or not. So even if you're on the, you know, doing your best due diligence to stop homophobia on all of Twitter, you know, like think about, you know, you're just adding to the pot, even if it's positive stuff. It, you know, chances are he's never going to see it, but that doesn't mean it has to be. It's compounding.
You know, I mean, and the music that he makes really jams in the hoods too, right? Yeah, and so that's really why we want to make sure that he's mentally okay, because next time he might go to a show, he might not be received well.
Y'all heard what I said, bro. That nigga suck all the dick he want, as long as he keep making that fire.
Yeah,
and he can do all the. Details. He can do all the. I want to dissect a few little pieces.
He finna go a little deeper.
Wherever y'all want to go after that. Listen, there's a second video that JT didn't bring up. Okay, I'm sure you saw.
I mentioned it. Yeah, I did.
So, second video had two mestizo men. Okay, and they were watching white porn. Listen,
wait, they were watching?
Whatever your kink is, okay, even as a black person or a black queer person, do whatever you want to do because it's in the bedroom. That's fine if that's whatever you want to do. There was also sex, drugs involved too. If y'all let that man smoke a blunt in the video, let that man do a popper in the whatever let the man do. Don't change that perspective either.
What's a popper?
A popper.
Everyone know what a popper.
I'll let y'all Google that.
Enlightening. This is edutainment, ladies and gentlemen. We are giving you entertainment, but we're also educating you at the same time. So today being Valentine's Day, just want to kind of open the question to you all and to the table.
Yeah, man.
How important is Valentine's Day to you and your partner? I'll elaborate. Like, do you celebrate it? Do y'all celebrate Valentine's Day?
No, it's actually a really interesting question because, like, the way I hear that is like, what does Valentine's Day mean to you? And it don't mean shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Call a spade a spade.
Do y'all do something though? Like, do y'all go on a date?
We do. I mean, we do and we don't. Here's the thing. It's like the older we get, me and my lady been together for 13 years, been married for 7. We've been 8 this year. And it's like, it's still, I mean, it's cool. The thing, I'll say this. The thing I like about Valentine's Day is this one dedicated time where everybody is very intentional about showing the person that they're with or that they're not.
Yeah.
Themselves. It's about love, whether it's self-love or love from agape love or whatever. It's love. We're talking about love. I love that. But as far as it being also like a money grab, like every other fucking capitalistic holiday, no, nigga, I'm not finna wait in line for 3 hours for a reservation for an inflated price of a meal that's mediocre.
I couldn't even get a reservation in.
Sorry.
Like,
I didn't even try. I don't even try. We don't even do that shit no more.
I tried for like 30 minutes, and after that 30-minute mark, I just told Sam, I'm like, look, we're just gonna buy some crab legs and some steak from HEB.
I did that.
And then
I did a surf and turf one year.
Yeah. Now, also be careful because it also might be sold out there too. So just be ahead of time.
Yeah.
You already bought?
That's actually fair.
I'm gonna find it.
It was a line at the seafood joint at HEB. Crab. Everybody's trying crab.
And HEB's seafood section closes at 8:00. Just I had that issue earlier this week, and I called, and they was like, "Oh, they usually leave around 9:30." I should have known by the word around.
Come on over. Yeah.
But they were totally wrong.
It means 8:30.
I walked up there at 9:00, bitch. They was spraying the fucking. Bitch, what? The shrimp?
They had the headphones on, the AirPods.
Right. Yeah.
The lobsters were back in the ocean.
But here's what I'll say about that, because I have a comment on that.
Let me hear it.
I have no problem. I'm very, which is why the whole news segment, I'm just like, okay. I'm very not political at all.
Okay.
You know, I don't like drama, controversy, none of that. I'm not into it. I just bypass it completely.
I can tell by your soul.
Very non-confrontational.
Here's the thing. What is the problem with just choosing a day to celebrate a concept? What's the issue with that? And I run into, I'm not going to say a lot of guys.
Say it. You can say it.
I already said it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I run into a lot of people who kind of make this big issue about things like Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, you know, these American holidays. Yeah. And, Western, you know, they dig into the history behind it. And why do we have to do anything? Why do we have to? Why do you spend so much energy on that?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why can't we celebrate love on that day? If that's the day that we choose to do that, what's the issue with that? And most, I will say for me, right? I'm not going to say most, right? I think that it's nice to feel special on a certain day.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think more than that, you would want somebody that you're dating or in relationship with to be okay with y'all celebrating your love on that day. You want to see efforts. It doesn't have to be dinner. It doesn't it doesn't have to be like a helicopter ride over Houston. You know, Las Vegas or something like that. You know.
So you would be okay,
according to you,
with him just saying, you know, he took 5 minutes that morning when y'all woke up.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Thank you.
Wow.
So when you say it doesn't have to be a helicopter ride. It doesn't have to be. So the thing is, the point that we're making is that there's a bar.
We don't have to have dinner. Well, what if he gave you chips? Okay, I'm hungry.
Okay, but what if he gave you chips on February 20th? Would that still be okay?
Yeah.
And he's like, these are your Valentine's Day chips.
Yeah. Now listen now.
Because we're celebrating our love on any day of the year.
It's not special.
Well, he said these are your Valentine's Day chips.
Hey,
that's good. That's good.
I feel like this. We looking too far. I feel like that some people just be looking way too far into the Valentine's Day thing. It's a holiday that celebrates love, right? And then this is really kind of geared towards the younger generation, the people that are looking for love, or
not necessarily,
or the people that
old people that
love. Right. But it's more so like in today's time, it's geared and it's specified for the people that are single. That it's like a trend, if you will, like just like the 10-year challenge. It's like a holiday and a reminder, like, hey, now's the time where you want to look for your boo. I mean, now's the time where you want to kind of find somebody that you want to kind of show your love to, whether it be your mother or your best friend or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your
I think that exists, but I think it's also marketed to people who've been in relationships for fucking decades.
I understand people wanting to make sure it's genuine. You know, and that thought behind it. Because I'm always, whenever I'm dating, I'm like, I want to make sure it's genuine. Because you're saying a lot of things to me that sound like game. You know, that sounds like, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Good morning, queen.
Yeah.
Does that bother y'all?
Watch out for those grand risings.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Too many of those.
But here's the thing. If you put so much effort into avoiding and being contrary about Valentine's Day that you give me Valentine's Day chips on February 20th, you're not a person I want to deal with because you have some issues and it's not that big a deal.
So let's say, for instance,
you get what I'm saying though?
I'm going off of your scenario.
But
you said love can be celebrated on any day.
Just to be contrary, because that's the problem with people.
To be to be contrary?
Just to be contrary.
Oh, no. Not that he would be doing it. If he's not doing it as a contrary event. Like and he's like, y'all are in a relationship, and you both agree that, we can celebrate, whenever we want to during the year.
Yeah.
And he brought you Valentine's Day chips. Or celebratory chips or anything. You can replace chips.
Yeah, let's replace chips with something meaningful.
But that's the thing.
Candy, flowers.
All right. That's the point I'm trying to prove is that there is a bar for how somebody is supposed
flowers.
Again, the chips object could be replaced with anything.
Okay.
It's the fact that there's a bar for the amount of something that shows how much you love me that is that has a complete fallacy to it. Like that blows my mind.
The size of the ring.
If that's the argument against it, it's like, okay, well,
the size of the wedding ring.
Right. Size of the wedding ring.
Yeah. Like that's a representation of how much you love me is you getting me the ring size.
But do you know what where the issue lies?
What's that?
There's so much energy put into let me get you the smallest ring I can find.
That might be your perception.
That's what it is. No, because why can't you just get a regular ring? Why can't you just make dinner? Why
make homemade chips?
Why you have to go get the cheapest thing you can find?
No, here's the thing.
That's the thing that you why does the amount of the thing
because that's what you're
express
doing
my love?
One at a time.
Because you said chips, right? You didn't say dinner. Everybody knows.
Now I got something for you.
Now if you go chocolates, if you do anything that is more romantic. Now let's say chips is your thing though. If chips is your thing, like chips is my thing,
See,
like,
that's why I knew us to say chips.
Why the fuck are we talking about Valentine's Day chips so much?
Just stay with us.
All right. Go ahead.
When I was growing up, My stepdad and I used to go on daddy-daughter dates.
I remember, yeah.
And one day, and he worked several jobs. He would come home from overnight working, and he would bring chips, different kinds of chips, for every woman in the house. I don't know why my brother didn't get any chips. That's another conversation. Okay.
He ain't love you, brother. No, I'm kidding.
One day,
Okay.
I woke up and he had taped chips to the ceiling. Every different kind of chip you can think of. Damn. Now that's Valentine's Day. That's effort.
Yeah,
now if you know that I want to feel special on this day, and I know this is my day to make you feel special, and I go put the littlest amount of effort in, and then hold it against you if you're upset about it. That's your issue.
No, that's the thing. I think that people assume that the object itself had no effort based off of what they feel.
That's
effort
what I'm trying to get to,
and that's the issue here. Is that,
but that's what you described, though.
No, I said chip. I literally said chips.
Hold on, because it's one thing I want to hit on.
In chips.
Stop. Hold on. Pause right there.
For you, what if that was that man's last 25 cents?
That's what I want to get to. Because Ashley, hold on. Hold on. Hold this.
I didn't, but I said chips, and you took it automatically.
Yeah, because I said it the way you said it.
I said chips.
No,
Ashley, the way you said it, though.
Listen, hear me.
Yeah.
I think there was an assumption made when he said chips. You immediately went to the 25-cent rack at the gas station.
I just went to
the Cheetos.
$1.79 chips.
It's still $1.
Regular chips.
Versus
inflation.
$179 you would spend every week.
What's wrong with you asking the intent of, like, if it really bothers you, then just ask him, hey, explain to me how much effort that you actually contributed to this. Because he might have thought
he was doing something deep.
Right.
He might have heard that story about your daddy.
I would love
and
was
like, ooh, let me surprise her with a bag.
I'm going to get her 2 bags of chips from me.
Generous. You're not being real.
From the Netherlands.
You said chips. Don't try to fabricate. And
you happen to have a beautiful story about your dad giving you a ceiling full of chips.
You didn't have a story, though.
TF.
And you didn't say anything about effort.
I know.
The thing is, you
about staying up. Let me finish.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
I like that.
Yeah, talk about it.
You didn't say any context at all, and you worded that way so that was the belief. You wanted it to be seen as simple. They're chips. You didn't say gift wrap chips in a small box, then a big box, then a big box with a letter, with a poem. You didn't say I stayed up all night taping the chips to the ceiling. You didn't give any context. You just said I gave you chips.
I promise you.
So anybody that would hear that would think I got just chips.
Here we go. So
okay,
this is a prime example.
Okay.
Of when we're given instructions that have ambiguity, and then the expectation is there, and there's a poor delivery on the side of the recipient. You gave us a format. You said to us, you can celebrate your love on any day with, I might be adding on with the anything part, but you can celebrate your love on any day. Yeah. In other words, with anything, it doesn't have to be on Valentine's Day, with the connotation that it can be in any way that is representative of your love.
Sure. Yeah.
So I took your formula and I plotted an object, because that's where the only variable was, which was chips.
But I led with saying women, people, myself, they want to feel special. If you find a way to make chips special, that's fine.
Does the fact that I'm bringing up our love on a random day with a random object not feel romantic to you?
And on top of that, let me add too, like, stop lying as if you don't give a crap of what happens on Valentine's Day. Every woman cares about feeling special on that day.
I know some that do not. And absolutely do.
They cap it because they're going to see all these other women getting their shine on, and their man is splurging and making them feel great.
It's some people who get chips and are so fucking ecstatic
because they appreciate the effort. Those are women that look past
Zapp's chips from Louisiana.
They just appreciate the effort.
Used to love these crocodile chips.
They appreciate the effort and just the thought behind it. Now,
wait a minute.
Now look, it ties back into the number one item in a relationship that should be prioritized for every relationship, which is communication. If you expect the rose petals on the floor and a bubble bath with champagne and an ice bath. Look,
set those expectations.
Set those expectations at the beginning of the relationship, and don't sit here and just make him play the fiddle and try to figure it out and read your mind. Communicate that to your man, okay?
First of all, I don't want no trouble.
And I'm not
Okay, like I feel.
I'm missing somebody have to say, baby.
All right, let's talk about what do you expect for Valentine's Day?
Walk us through a Valentine's Day.
What do you expect for Valentine's Day? Do you celebrate?
What do you want?
I expect for us to celebrate each other and make each other feel special.
How? Elaborate.
What makes you feel special?
It depends on the people.
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
We're asking you, Ashley.
I just want to repeat
Walk us
that.
through.
I don't want any trouble.
Okay.
How do you unless you got some secret plans to take him up in a helicopter somewhere?
It's hot up in here, ain't it?
How do you so that
I hope you're listening, my brother.
So, okay, how about this? This is a better question. How would you go about expressing what makes you feel special on Valentine's Day?
If it's special to you.
How would you express to your significant other? Do you expect them to know? Do you expect them to know, or are you diligent about expressing whether or not you expect something or another on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I'm big on communication.
Okay,
I'm big on communication.
Yeah.
So we would have had conversations about good ideas for Valentine's Day.
Is someone responsible for planning it?
For instance, last weekend was my weekend.
Oh, okay.
And this weekend is his weekend.
Oh, y'all go back and forth with
y'all
the
got a
weekends.
system.
No, I like reciprocity. So I like to reciprocate.
That's today's word of the day.
You know? And so to me, if I want to do something special, then I have no problem with making that happen. I want us to feel special. It's not just about me being courted, me being celebrated. And if I need to take the lead in that because, it's not your thing, that doesn't bother me, And
that's good.
That's why I went ahead and did my thing, and then he can do his thing, whatever that is, as long as we know what we like. We know each other.
How do you know what each other like?
Because we're in a relationship.
And you said you're communicating.
You talk about, you talk
I actually
about
believe that you shouldn't celebrate Valentine's Day if you're not in a committed relationship.
Really?
Oh,
please.
Talk about it.
Actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
But I've done it so many times like a dumbass, and will continue to.
So,
Todd knows best.
I've heard y'all throw around special, love, effort. But what about the money?
Right. That's actually what this conversation's about.
That's what
Thank you.
It's been hovering around because when she
think-
said chip, she was triggered.
Ripping the mask off the Scooby-Doo character.
How much money do you spend?
Yeah.
Like what's the max amount? Do you have a max amount?
Do you think about it?
There's clearly a threshold. When he said chips,
There's
you
no
said
max
minimum
amount.
effort.
Yeah.
He said, what's the max amount?
Oh, there's no max. Is there a minimum?
I don't think that there's a minimum. I
Chips
think
is
it's
clearly-
about effort. Because I can spend no money
How do you quantify
and make
that?
a lot of effort, and that can be really special.
Okay. But what if you put no effort, but you spend a lot of money? Is that worth as much? Or in your eyes, clearly not. But some
Like an
people.
example.
Okay, so some people, let's talk about love languages. One love language is gift giving.
Yeah.
Right? So for some people, spending a lot of money on them, getting them a Birkin, getting them some
Just
red bottom- automatically, thank you, you love me. But you can spend all damn day building me a bookshelf from fresh walnut pine. And they don't
You
give
can
a
spend
fuck.
all day finding that bag of chips.
Sure can. You can
And
spend
they
all day
don't-
finding
and,
that Birkin too.
Damn.
Come on now.
They don't give a damn. But you spent $100,000 on some LV and they are, you know what I'm saying?
But let's not
fully indebted.
let's not rag on gift giving.
Yeah.
There's different kinds of
Showing your love, baby.
ways to show your love.
That's
and
right.
people who that's their love language, it's not as superficial as everyone makes it off to be. Just like physical touch doesn't mean you're just a nympho or something like that. Because
Thank you,
physical
actually.
touch is also holding hands,
Yeah, spooning.
leaning on each other, spooning, right? Hugging, if
Sucking
if
dick
Jewel-
in the hotel room with the grill in.
Could you hands up there?
Yeah, that's true.
Asking them if you say, hey, showtime.
Shrimp dick in it. Yeah.
Right. There's so many options.
Flaccid fellatio.
We said we were going there. But we're here.
So,
We are.
Yeah.
You know how you hold Jewel?
What does this have to do with his
What
does this have to do with his daughter?
Going in this direction anyway. Okay, you know how when you hold Jewel, she likes to play with your hair.
I don't like
Jewel is Dino's daughter, by
I
the
don't like where
way.
this is going.
Physical touch.
Okay, yeah.
That could be a love language for her.
Let's just-
It makes her feel warm.
Whoa! We're talking about a 4-year-old right now.
Yeah, that's
She's actually based. She's actually
No, she's-
giving us the
she's
purest
right.
form of
She's right.
of how your love languages are
Ashley's
formed.
100% right.
So love the love language doesn't necessarily
It's not
apply to
always
It's not
your
romantic
significant
or
other.
sexual. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right,
the way
cool.
that you
There's
experience
different types of love.
And express
It
a love.
makes you
Okay.
feel loved.
I just didn't like her saying that statement after having said the term flaccid fellatio, but she's 100% right. That is,
Right.
touch is one of her love languages for sure.
I just
And
want
it's
to
mine.
say
Oh.
that I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Part that doesn't
hey,
contribute
but you did follow up.
to the
But you did a great job at observing. You was like, she likes playing your hair. Wow, that's crazy. Y'all be around each other a lot.
Yeah. that's
I'm just
okay.
saying,
Auntie Ashley.
so all of that to digress,
Yeah.
to come back, gift giving, some people that helps them remember the person. That's something they can always have that's
Gives them a
tangible,
total-
so it's not so much, oh, look how much this costs. It's like this was
It
given
means
to me
something.
by my grandmother. This was given to me by my husband,
Yeah.
and I have something to remember. Things mean something and hold sentimental value to them.
Yeah.
I guess here's the one thing, and this is where I would close this for me personally, is hearing what you're saying, having a totem, have something that means something to you that this person's giving you, whether it's expensive, whether it's not expensive, but it's a lot of sweat equity, it's a lot of effort, or whether it's just really meaningful to them. Their grandma used to make gumbo, and you can hate gumbo, but they made some gumbo for you, and therefore means something. Meaningful, it sounds like, is what is important to you. It needs to be meaningful.
Right.
But here's the thing I would challenge you is not everything, be open to what's meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Because like chips might be real meaningful. He might thought he was doing some meaningful shit. Especially you have this beautiful story about your dad giving you a wall full of chips. My nigga, come on.
Actually, if you're listening, Mr. Ashley, she has a chip story.
She
Have you
loves-
shared that story with him?
I have.
Okay, we'll get her a ceiling full of
Get
chips.
her like
my
a
nigga,
heart.
and
You
you-
got all the Doritos.
Cheat
And
code.
every Dorita you
If
can
you
think
get her
of. The
in
sweet and salty.
the blue Takis.
I like
Especially
flaming
the
hot.
Get her
blue-
some zaps.
The blue Taki.
The red Takis.
You like zaps?
Yeah.
There's blue
Yeah,
Takis.
I like
Blue
that.
Takis. They're called blue.
That-
My niece loves
Acquired.
it.
What is your favorite chip?
It's a cheat
I don't
code.
do favorites.
Man,
Okay.
friend. We,
All right.
I'm with you on this.
Oh my gosh.
we tried to crack the
I don't
code for
do
you, big
favorite
dog.
wines, favorite liquor, favorite any.
Next
just
time that
what
you
I'm
come on the
mood for.
pod, can we just talk? Give us a list of things that we can actually explore in the world of Ashley Johnson, please.
I don't have favorites.
Because boy, you get in a relationship now, we got
just
to
wall off
right.
just-
Oh my gosh.
I've always been that
Wow.
way.
I do
safe,
want
Ashley.
to thank you for putting a bow on that, and great charge to Ashley, by the way, Dino.
Yeah, man.
I want to get into
Accountability.
our first game segment of the season, and we have a interesting card game by Ace Metaphor called I guess that's the name of the company.
Ace Huey.
No, it's a guy.
You remember that
Oh,
song?
Ace Metaphor
Yeah,
is a guy. Okay. Well, shout out to Ace Metaphor. Hey, if you're watching this and listening to this, and I know you're gonna see this tag, nigga.
Affiliate
you
sponsorship.
better right. Exact. Run the check. Come on now. We're promoting
That's
good.
not a good way to
That's
get
not
All right.
how you-
Anyways, I'm sorry.
Not how you get that at all. We like partnership in this.
Ace Metaphor, we appreciate you, good sir. We are going to indulge in your card game tonight.
Okay.
It's called Tonight's Conversations Date Night Edition.
Hey.
All right.
Ooh.
So we have a deck full of cards, and we're going to choose them and draw them randomly, and we're just going to open up the question to the panel and to the table.
I'm with it.
All right, and let's try to be as authentic as possible because this is the Potnas podcast where we deliver
Why
our
did you-
perspective.
Wow, it was
Look
so
at me.
directed
That was
towards
right.
Topics
right
Why did
here.
I don't think you
give me
deserve
this?
that.
said
You
that.
to make
I don't
sure
think you deserve that.
that when
But
you
authentic.
speak,
But we do want
Don't give me no
details
chips,
if you
nigga.
are
Please.
able to provide them to
Yes.
make context.
I want no
in your
Fritos.
answer. Otherwise, I'm going to push your answer.
And Mr. Ashley will understand.
Bag of chips.
If anything, this might actually help promote your connection. All right? All right.
partner,
Let's
just get us
see
some
what the
chips.
first cards reads.
hey, pass the deck around. Let us all.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
how about we just pick
wanna-
from
all
there?
right, all right. Go ahead. Hold on. Let me shuffle them again.
Yeah, please.
All right.
He still got the top one on the top. Don't pick the
It's
top.
probably the top. Yeah.
He ain't slick.
You think he's slim? Pick from the bottom.
Like, oh, yeah.
He probably put that one on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is psychology. Pick from the middle.
Shuffle them again.
Right.
It's we boring as hell.
How many?
What does it read?
Come on
Dave?
with
We
it.
get spicy on immediately. Hold on. Y'all ready?
Yes, that's why.
Are y'all ready?
Put the music on.
Oh. Where's the button?
Come on.
You got
Are y'all
it?
ready?
Yeah.
Ooh. Turn it down a little bit.
No, I want it high. Turn my mic up. You and your in a world where you and your
Come on, Dino. Damn.
Nigga, listen. You and your significant other finish having sex.
Oh.
While you're washing up in the bathroom, you overhear them starting to masturbate.
Oh, not that sound.
What would be your response, Ashley?
Come on, Ashley. You just hear it.
No pressure.
I mean, it doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you?
No.
So, let me restate.
No.
You see your significant other masturbating.
Oh,
After.
see or hear.
Either one.
Hear or see.
That's not on the card.
That doesn't.
Okay.
After.
It says while you're washing up,
After
you
you finish.
overhear the masturbating. You just finished having sex. He's supposed to be done with you.
Right, with you.
Clearly,
He should have.
You think you've done your best
somebody
work.
dropped the ball.
He should have given a verbal indication. Oh,
Yeah.
I just finished.
Like, that was the best sex in my life.
but then nothing touched your back or your ass crack or your, you know.
That's what we're just going to go all the way.
All the way.
to-
All right, how about this? Since she's hesitant to answer the question, how about let's flip it?
I think she was about to. She already did.
Okay, all right.
We didn't give her
Go
a
ahead,
chance,
go ahead,
He's
please.
restating
Great
the
job.
question.
Yeah.
I
You just-
shall restate my answer.
Yeah, I would like to hear
It
this
doesn't
answer.
bother me.
Okay, so let me flip it on you then.
Unbothered.
Let me flip it on you then.
High five.
Unbothered.
Air, just
All right,
There you
I'll do
go.
it for you. Do it. So, what if it's the other way around? What if he gets up and goes to the bathroom and he hears you start
He's
to
not here
pleasure
to speak
yourself
Well,
after that?
that's for you all because that's that male ego
so
over
no,
there.
that's actually good. So you say your honest answer. You just finished having sex. Homie ostensibly didn't finish, clearly. You're done.
That's what you're
Somebody's done.
assuming. That's what you're assuming.
Homie bust. So let's assume he busts a nut. He
You're
then gets
assuming,
up.
you're assuming that he is finishing himself.
No.
I'm a man. So hold on.
Okay.
So I'm a man with a
Okay.
dick, right?
Right.
We would hope so.
With my dick. When I have sex with my dick,
Okay.
They make that is you can identify as a man without a penis. Everybody.
yeah, but that's why I said I'm a man with a dick. Okay.
Go ahead, D.
I'm a
said that nigga is
cis-het man with a dick.
Okay.
So when I have sex with my dick, literally, if I were to finish and then go masturbate, there would probably be something I was in pursuit of. I don't know that I would, or I have a problem a little bit.
Yeah, like there's a
Because if
serious.
I just finished fucking and
lack
I'm
of.
now in the closet beating my dick off, why am I here doing this?
Right.
What?
Or restroom, or in front of you. That's
Like
even more
right
concerning.
after-
After we finish, and I'm now standing over you with my dick.
After guys ejaculate, it's hard to get it back up.
Or let's say you're a superhero. Give me 3 to 5 minutes. Even then,
Right.
why am I then going that route?
I don't think that's all guys. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think that's all guys.
I have more
I think-
details about men after y'all go.
Go.
No, this is the top.
No, because I'm
She
actually
said
in
she don't
favor of
mind. She don't
her
mind.
for
I
a
think
very
you would
small
be
detail I know.
surprised. I think you would be surprised.
I don't sleep with a lot of men, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is if it
Well,
was me,
I
I'd
don't
be
sleep
like,
with a lot of men either.
yeah,
But-
man,
I see both of y'all sides.
Wait.
But
Let Todd knows best. Give his point.
if I walk in and I see my girl doing that after we just what
Yeah.
I thought what we did was amazing, come on, my ego would be shot.
My
Just
ego
then.
would be
That's why
shot
I
too.
said that question's for y'all because
Yeah.
it's all about ego.
I would be hurt too. I would immediately resort to, man, I need to go back to the drawing board
It is all
and figure things
about-
out. Or I'm gonna have a conversation with her, be like, hey, let's talk about this. Is it something that I'm doing wrong? Is it me? Is
slight
it my
turn.
stroke game, or is it my size?
oh, it's a moment for development. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
right,
Okay.
exactly. I want to know because I want to please you. I want to pleasure you, right?
Yeah.
On Valentine's
What can
Day.
I do better?
So
Why are you in the closet with your rose bullet?
yeah, and then let me see the rose bullet. All right,
Give me the bullet.
let me see this shit. What? This shit is 4 inches.
It's not the size, baby.
It's the
I'm telling
stroke.
you,
They're not
It's
putting the
angle.
rose. JT, they
Inside
don't put the
them.
rose in them.
It's a clitoral
They don't put
stimulus.
the rose on them.
Wow.
It's a
And it's
clitoral.
sad that I'm educating you on this.
Yeah.
The rose thing itself vibrates around the clitoral stimulation area.
Okay.
Likely you're raising the clitoral hood to stimulate your
My wife doesn't use sex toys. So
you said your who don't?
My wife doesn't.
Valentine's
so
Day.
I don't know how it works.
Swore I heard different.
Yo, what?
What'd you say? I did not hear wife.
This song said white friend.
Okay, that's what we'll go.
No, my wife,
because wife doesn't, but he does.
She is Sam Bell.
You've never.
JT has a pocket.
You had girlfriends before, Sam.
Dang,
you ain't never.
why you calling Sam out like that?
I'm not calling her out. I'm saying that I please her, and she doesn't need sex toys. But if she did, or if any woman that I ever was with,
and that's actually this is a great place for me to segue.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Because as another cishet man, I did have.
Well, let me finish my point.
Okay, you got
it. If I've never been with a woman before that introduced or brought in sex toys into the bedroom with us, and
that's
I also have never heard of a woman pleasuring herself after I have left the room and I have finished.
Yeah.
You said you have? Or in your experience,
not necessarily with me, but I'm saying I know that absolutely.
Right.
Listen,
this card would have never been written if nobody ever did that.
Men are not inherently great sexual performers for what women need. So men, we take our hard dicks out and we fuck, and we think that's going to get a woman off because we're conditioned that way, or that's what porn shows us. But in real life, bro, they need
so many other ways
to stimulate a woman.
Pleasures, like
okay, we get that. All right, cool, great.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
I am.
That was a good moment for you to.
There's a reason why I'm the most extraordinary, electrifying, and explosive person of them all.
Depending on how quickly you explode,
I will stay down until you are completely satisfied.
I have something very important to
news. One at a time.
On the same thing as Darren's just saying beep 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 ding 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 ding. This is the news sound. You niggas do know that you don't have to have sex with somebody to get off. Y'all know that, right? Okay,
right.
And so most of the time that men get off this by themselves,
statistically
speaking.
Yeah, most orgasms are by themselves.
And so if they are even not, if they're not, so here's the thing. Humans don't need other humans to be sexually pleased. We did touch on the ego aspect of it all, and understanding that is a hit to the ego. But I want to reiterate the fact that is not an abnormal thing for somebody to want to have the urge to do.
Facts.
Or to feel unpleased after a sexual encounter with someone. And it didn't dawn on me. It didn't dawn on me until
it's Morse code.
Until I started having sex with niggas because.
Get your shit on you.
Because we had equally matched sex drives for the first time. Here at
reporting live
at BRAD TV.
Edutainment at its finest.
What I found out is that niggas are horny. I thought it was just me. I promise you. This whole time I was like, damn, I'm just horny as shit.
No, that's
good. Then once you have sex with niggas, you like, damn, we horny as shit. And it makes things like that make sense. Like that card being written out, I was like, I would be offended, yes, but like also, like JT said though, what didn't I do? You know, I understand that, but also sometimes, but the overarching theme here is that it doesn't matter what you didn't do, like at all, like because the body will take over the mind in a heartbeat.
And then you all have to understand also that there's different kinds of orgasms, right? There's an orgasm you get that's vaginal. There's an orgasm
what I was gonna get
that
at.
you get
I learned this
that's
shit after the fact.
Yep. You know.
There's even tantric sex. You can get orgasms without touching a person.
Yeah.
Strictly mental
there's
stimulation.
different kinds of things. So it's not always about the performance of your partner, you know, or being satisfied or not.
For you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
You know, so it's, you know.
No, I agree.
And honestly, women do so much to cradle
Those balls that you're cradling?
men's egos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to say balls after you said balls.
Yeah.
You know, and
why do y'all do that? Why do y'all
'Cause you
pander
need
us?
it.
Or
I don't think
because you need it.
Yeah,
because we cradle their desire, their desire. Well, I would assume y'all cradle their desires for Valentine's Day and shit, where there's weird expectations. So where we have weird expectations in the bedroom, y'all, you know, it's equally yoked. Like y'all have strange expectations for, you know, the magic of Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Not y'all. Some women have.
You get in the mood.
Mr.
Ashley,
and by the way, I'm not referencing women. I'm just saying the opposite of you,
who you're fucking,
can have strange expectations. I think that's a great place to make up for it is in the bedroom. So for sure, that makes sense.
In conclusion, I don't think on that card.
Oh yeah, we got another. Can we get another card?
Yeah,
that's another card.
It's saying that there's an issue to me.
Can I read it? Yeah.
No.
I think especially. I would love to hear which one it is.
All right, Ashley's about to draw the next card.
All right.
What does it say? What you need?
Did you pick these out?
Are you ready?
What's the card?
Just read the card, damn it.
Turn down.
Do you watch porn?
Oh, wow.
If so,
how topical.
What's your favorite kind to watch? Do you feel porn is appropriate?
It's a 3-part question. In this
to
bitch.
view while in a relationship?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's a requirement, but
damn, I hope not.
It helps spice. Even if you watch it together or you watch it separately.
Talk about it. Hold on. What do you do though? I mean,
we don't watch it together.
Oh damn.
I watch it separately.
Okay.
Have
you ever watched it together ever in life? Ever, even once? Ever?
No.
Wow.
We've never, for our 9 years together, we've never watched it together. And I've never watched it with any woman that I've ever been with in the past.
Let me give you this.
The lie detector found out that there's no fucking way. Why?
In the case of...
No, he said...
whatever.
He
I'm
said,
just not that type of person.
He said with another woman.
Oh, okay.
I think that's probably true because... So I would encourage you to try this.
Wait, who else would he have? Wait a minute now. Hold on. Wait.
By himself.
Oh, okay.
By himself.
Gotcha.
Clearly, for masturbatory
you thought he was suggesting another man.
No, I didn't think that. I mean, that's not what I was saying.
Listen.
Oh, no, so that's what I'm saying. I think he said he's never watched it with another woman. I don't think he's capping on that. I think that's probably the truth.
No, it's true.
He's watched them by himself with his lonesome for masturbatory purposes, as most men have. This is what I would encourage y'all to try from experience. Just give it a try. Why not? Fuck it. One day, in whatever capacity you feel comfortable. Y'all got like a 96-inch in your bedroom, so you can do it there on your fucking phone, on a tablet. If you want to feel secretive, turn the lights off. Watch Under the Covers on your phone.
Together.
No, seriously. And do this. Let her pick some shit out. Let her pick it out.
I don't think Sam...
No, let me finish.
Yeah, okay.
Sam, because Jen... She cannot give a fuck about pornography. In fact, she could despise it and think it's disgusting.
Right. I didn't know that was over there. I would have preferred that over tequila. That just,
she could think that it's really gross, and a lot of women do, at least from what they say, until they see some shit they really like, and they nasty asses enjoy it. Somebody.
If she's open to it, then I'll definitely explore.
Even if,
I think I've actually asked her before, like, "Hey, do you would you like to indulge in this activity?"
I would encourage.
Okay, so what are you trying to say? Because I've finished my point.
Check it out. I would encourage, because I think clearly you're open to it. You watch the shit. I would encourage the other person, perhaps, just let. Oh no! Let him let you pick something out. Put it on, whatever it is. It could be random white men fucking Asian women, whatever it is. Okay, put it on.
Whatever your kinks are.
Put it on, and just watch it. Don't set any expectations. Don't think what needs to happen. You can. My first time doing this, we laughed for an hour at the shit. It was ridiculous. And then before you knew it, we were making our own. So my point is, just give it a try. It's just it's an exercise in like...
Right. Yes, exactly. You know and that's the point that I was going to get to as well before you infiltrated my fucking...
No, I'm saying response. You should try it. You should do that.
And that's what I was going to get at.
Oh,
we have never done it. We've had a conversation about it before, and Sam didn't necessarily feel the most comfortable, and so we'll probably have that conversation again sometime soon. I know I watch it for two reasons: to pleasure myself and to also.
Get some ideas.
I'm putting it all. Yeah, to get some ideas,
pleasure somebody else.
Like right to make sure that I'm keeping her satisfied in the bedroom. And then if she doesn't like
fake,
like the new activity, but
shit fake as fuck.
But I enjoy exploring trying new things, do different things, new positions to keep the relationship and the sex fresh in the bedroom.
And as you said last time, juicy is the word.
And juicy. You got damn right, son. And she's never had any complaints. But if she did, she didn't let me know, Ashley. So
that's not where she was.
I just want to say I don't want any trouble.
Yeah,
you're right. No. I liked the point that you brought up earlier about you making moans, doing it for him because it's good for.
Wait, I didn't say that.
Yeah, she didn't say that anywhere on film.
Okay, no, she did.
No, I said we cradle the ego.
Well, women,
ego.
yeah, women.
No, you said
cradle the ego. Women cradle the ego. Look, you said women cradle the ego. Not you specifically, but women cradle the ego.
What does that mean?
By moaning,
but not faking, not by moaning.
By faking what?
No. I'm just saying in general, because we were talking about a situation in which you've just been intimate, you had sex, and then afterwards you see.
Okay.
So you fake like, oh my God, you're okay.
But y'all have such
having to compensate for them maybe feeling inadequate because someone's masturbating after sex.
People different.
Let me look at Sam.
People
do you have
that's sleepiness.
So there's no faking or anything like that. I'm just saying the fact that we even have to have this conversation afterwards is cradling
the ego. Yeah.
So you just back up on that fake moaning and all that other stuff.
I enjoy I'm happy, for me. Moaning is very important.
First of all, I just want to tie this back.
I'm very happy.
Nelly, I think we were more so confused about the size of his
needle dick
penis.
Penis.
Whenever you put an A there, it makes it funny. Penis. But I think we should be having more of a conversation about men moaning in the bedroom because he moaned at the end of the video.
I didn't see that or hear the video.
I can't even give this.
But wait, I want to hear what because we didn't fully answer the question.
Yeah.
The question is,
what type?
Do you watch porn, and if so, what is your favorite?
What's my favorite?
I'm more interested in the last part of that, the third part of that question.
Kind, and then also, do you feel it's appropriate to watch porn when you're in a relationship?
When you're in a relationship, not even together.
So I'll answer first.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All three parts.
Yes.
Speak into the mic, please.
All three parts of the question.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, wow.
Okay. Yeah. Favorite kind.
Come on.
BBD. BB, is it BBC?
Exercise.
Oh, like a favorite parks,
like fitness.
Like the
sweaty,
like yoga.
Sweaty.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, that's actually
like the role play, like the scenario is them in the gym, and they're like, "Oh, you're working out? Oh, let me work out on you.
Can I have you stretch?
Yoga.
Specifically yoga.
Specifically.
Never mind. I was going to ask a more prodding question. Go ahead.
Okay.
She likes doing yoga. Yeah.
I was going to say okay. All right.
And
so
then,
that makes sense.
And then
it
also
connects.
like situations that are not supposed to happen.
Yeah. That's one of mine as well.
And then let me see. Appropriate while in a relationship, yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I encourage it.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's healthy.
Okay.
What I don't think is healthy is an obsession.
Yeah.
An
overindulgence.
Or if it replaces something.
Yeah.
Or if there's some kind of pattern, character, if there's some kind of storyline in there that is
problematic.
All of your
right?
Stepdad fucks daughter. Literally.
Those
are the titles.
Like there's categories.
Those are literally the titles.
And then I think it's kind of, for me personally, it's weird to watch together. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I would encourage you to try it.
It doesn't get me in the mood.
Okay.
It takes me out of the mood.
Interesting. I'll double back.
Everybody's different.
Yeah.
I'll double back and say that I have had partners who I only engage in sexual activity while we're watching porn.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
What's your favorite kind?
I like women squirting.
Okay.
Since
you watch women's sex.
Ashley didn't have anything around, like
porn.
hardcore. Well, that's really the only one. That one for some reason just gets me. Every
That's
time.
just fascinating.
Yeah. And then as long as niggas is fine. Just anything else, I'll just scroll through. Twitter. Yeah. Twitter is my favorite porn.
I'm about to say that's Twitter is the porn.
Twitter do be having porn on there. They have no filters.
I have a whole
that's where
separate
Isaiah's
account.
videos were.
Dean, we know you can't wait to get your shit off. What's your favorite type?
What about in a relationship, Brad?
Oh yes. Okay. So, seeing as though I'm also a person who has had total sexual relationships with people that revolve around porn, which that sounds addictive. That is not how that works.
Not really.
That just means that the act that we were interested in doing together, was enhanced by porn. Seeing as though that has been my life in many situations. In a relationship, I'm okay with it too, but also I think I was more mature than my age at the time. Is that I understood that was something that had to be private for him at the time too.
Yeah.
So I totally I'm a proponent of it. Also, so what if there's something? So a second ago you was like I think it might be problematic if it's fulfilling something that they can't get out of you. So the problematic part is that they're not expressing it.
Well, not something that they can't get out of you.
Or can't what?
It's for me. I think it's problematic if. Let me give you some examples. If you're watching videos that have like racial components in it,
things that are impossible for you to do. I'm totally with you.
You know what I mean? Or if they're talking, just if there's any kind of
I was thinking more so
racial
kink.
I thought when you said that you meant more like, okay, my nigga don't
suck it, nigger,
or it's like
child.
Well, okay,
kind of pornography.
I totally
that's illegal though.
No, but it's
literally illegal.
I think we all agree with you.
Yeah, bestiality. Any of that. And if it's illegal, though, we shouldn't. It's not even.
Which brings up a good point because. Let's say, for instance, you got a boyfriend that just really wants to, do anal sex with you, and he can't. You say no to that, and the only type of porn that he has feels inclined to watch is anal porn because he doesn't have that experience with you. How do you navigate that situation? Is he magically now a sex addict or something? Is he perverse? Or is that something that's
how do you navigate
in the situation? How would you? Not how do you? Because you might not.
It's concerning because I think there's an appetite there, and it's not being fulfilled.
But what if it is being fulfilled in the pornography? That's his fulfillment.
Is it?
It's the closest to fulfillment he can get.
All right, let's get to the next card.
Is it my turn to pull now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thanks. Appreciate you. JT.
Welcome.
You're the best. I should have the most PG one since I've just been telling my whole life and
squirting
porn experiences.
I'm clutching my licenses
this is a good
right
one.
now.
Love this one.
Okay.
Go ahead. Totally the best. In a world.
Scared the hell out of me.
That's a great voice.
He's a voice actor.
What is your opinion on threesomes in a committed relationship?
Are these all sexual?
I'd like to, as the resident single person here, I'd like to give my take first because I think you guys have the take that's more interesting.
Yes,
because you're in relationships and it's a what if. Mm-hmm. For me, I'm always the third, so it doesn't matter.
Oh man,
okay, interesting.
At this point, I don't feel any need to make any more head in the windows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think we have really just driven we've gotten to the head of the conversation, and I think it's bursted.
It's exploded.
So it's a no for you. It's a no for you, Ash. It's a no for you.
Threesomes,
or would you entertain it?
Threesomes.
You don't do threesomes.
Yeah, I don't share.
D.
Yeah.
Well, I'm married 7 years and together 13 with 2 kids. Pretty much.
We're practicing that.
Pretty much.
We've already barked up that tree, and it's not. We're not going up that tree. We're not barking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say it. It's not.
Or will you say it?
All of a
I'm laughing so hard I can't even impersonate you.
It wasn't about to come out right there. It wasn't coming out right there, bro.
Say what you said.
I commend you for lasting this long with the horns.
My shit's almost gone, bro. I gotta talk in the baritone. No,
That boy got a quarter of a tank.
it is gone, my nigga. I don't know. It is gone. My voice is gone.
You got a quarter tank left.
I'll say it. You want me to say it?
Let the popo. Hey.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is probably the last time.
You remember the episode of SpongeBob where he was up in Sandy's tank and she was depriving him of water. He was like,
I don't need it.
And his shit fell off. His shit crumbled and fell off.
Oh my god!
This is actually the last time we're going to be able to speak tonight.
This is
I'm signing off.
Show.
Everyone, find me at the dictionary.
shut up, D. Don't say the ad name right now.
This is my ad name. The dictionary. No, seriously. Honestly, for me, it's not going to happen, people. It's not going to happen. We've been together too long, but we did entertain it earlier on as kind of an exploratory thing. There were a lot of rules around it where she had to make the rules and all that. It's not going to happen. But the reason it's not going to happen, I guess this is a bit more insightful, so to speak. Why? It's nothing really there for either of us at this point. You know what I mean? You know, I don't want to say what I was going to say because it sounds really abrasive, but both of us have had our own journeys. She met me at a time where I was involved with someone else. You know, I've poked a lot of hornets' nests, and after a while they start to sting the same. So
I do wish I could push these buttons because I have
there's probably a few that
she was actually making the sound effects. She said,
I as well.
Yes, I was like, no, it's not gonna. For what, you know?
Yeah, we had some conversations early in our relationship, and at this point, it's a no-go.
Yeah.
And
there's some other spicy shit we would do though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But as far as threesomes, my wife has made it clear, like, hey, I can't see you another one. Like, I would get jealous.
But there's different ways to have that threesome. It don't have to be penetration.
Oh, like a woman watching.
Yeah, it can be someone just in the room, bro.
By the way, if a threesome is ever going to happen, like in our relationship, it has to be another woman. I like another guy involved. No. Fuck no.
But she wouldn't want
this
that.
episode is not long enough to explain
The
why.
important thing is she wouldn't want that. Like even Jen said, I don't want to see it.
Right.
I don't. Do you want that? No, I don't either.
Right.
Well,
What the fuck is he doing?
Well, well, first of all, there are as many.
In here.
It is not uncanny that a woman should want another man in the bedroom because they're attracted to men. Let's start there. Yeah. But I do want to say this though. It's also not uncanny and weird that it's not as like you said, Jen didn't she don't want
nothing out of that.
Cool. But think about how many women y'all may or may not have ran a train on before. They have to be in relationships too at some point, right? Yeah. That desire might still be there to have multiple male partners.
What is a train?
A train is
two or more men.
It is group sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a classification it's a colloquialism of group sex, in which men either all in the same room at the same time or not, or not. That's actually the discrepancy. But they take turns penetrating or having
the ratio of
does
men
it have to be for it to be a train.
At least two.
That's a good question.
So
if you get fucked by more than two people, you get a train run on you.
Yeah, the ratio of the men to women is
no, because they have to take turns. I would imagine that a threesome. This is what I would define a threesome is, and this may not be the Merriam-Webster version.
Let me hear it.
A threesome is where all three parties engage in some type of formidable sexual act. So, like you said, somebody could be in the corner of the room stroking their
egos,
clitoris with a rose, and that I believe still counts as a threesome because they engaged in the sexual experience in that room.
I agree.
So if a man and a woman are intimate, and then a man is over there pleasuring himself, that's a threesome.
Technically,
yeah. But the train is
if
when
a man is waiting.
Yeah, if a man's waiting, but because we can't necessarily identify whether or not he's engaged in the sexual experience because there's no indication from his body, right? He's not, we don't know if you're looking at his penis. You could be, he might be watching, and that alone, to be honest, is enough to, classify it under
voyeurism. Yeah.
But I mean, so the question was, 2 men and 1 woman in a room, is it a train or a threesome? But the signifier of a train is that the goal here is to take
waiting your turn.
Everybody gets to be the conductor.
Right. Yeah. And the guys aren't interacting with each other.
Yeah. That's another.
When in actuality, the conductor is really the woman. But
she's in control.
Here we go again, misplacing who's in charge.
I know.
No, the woman's for sure in charge with the trains.
All right.
There's no trains without a woman.
I don't know if the right word is sexism. But there's a little bit of that in there, because
there's power in getting a train run on you.
If the literal definition of a threesome, because I've looked this up before.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Is 3 people engaged in a sexual act.
That's a fact.
It doesn't matter the order or whatever. It doesn't matter what you're thinking in your head with all that ego.
So maybe
that doesn't make it not a train, though. It could be a threesome, but it doesn't make it not a train.
Make it not a train.
No,
because
it can be a train
they're engaged with each other.
Why can't it be a train
what
and
you
threesome?
don't know. Because we don't call it a train when there's 2 women and a man.
I mean, we could. It's a colloquialism.
But we don't.
A train is a colloquialism to rename threesome.
That's called
rename group sex.
Nobody gives a shit when
I presented the word train. When you asked me the question, is what is a train? I presented it by saying that it is a colloquialism of group sex. Yeah. So I'm all on board. We're all
you are by yourself.
Women don't pass men.
Am I alone? They don't.
Women do not pass a single man around. Like,
see what I mean?
But that's the thing, is that there's just not a colloquial word for it.
That.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. But because that's not what a train.
Maybe we can call it
but women don't conduct
colloquialisms are built. Colloquialisms are built off of
one at a time.
That sounds like toxic femininity.
Right.
What?
You need to get your own word. Okay.
We're not. Wait.
Get your own
let's
fucking word.
Toxicity in relationships for another episode. We're gonna do one more card. And then we're gonna put a bow on this game segment.
Come on, JT, you got the best one.
Bring it home, bro. Bring it home.
My card says, "Could you?" Where's my music?
You just jumped into the shit.
Come on, nigga.
My card says,
we are moving on.
Could you continue to be with someone who you are no longer physically attracted to? Why or why not?
Wow.
I will kick it off.
Oh my god.
Before.
That's tough.
Look. Like Sam has, like my longevity in my relationship with Sam has really kind of made me pull back. I used to be a very shallow person, still kind of am, but before Sam, I wouldn't even approach you if I wasn't physically attracted to you. That's the first thing that.
But is that shallow? Is that shallow?
Well, to each his own. It's subjective, right?
Marry somebody who I think ugly.
I'm not going to even approach you if I'm not physically attracted to you. You got to have the full package for me. Call it shallow or not. I don't care about the skin tone, or I do care about the ethnicity, but and I'm speaking as like OJT, right? Mm-hmm. But yes, if I'm with somebody and then they gain weight, it would be hard. About. It would be hard for me. I mean, like, sex is important, and that physical attraction is very important, and it's a huge priority for me.
Is that one of your love languages? Touch or
no?
Like
my love language is acts of service.
Okay.
But
I see that.
Including sex.
But now, into right now, like, if Sam gains some weight or whatever, then it wouldn't bother me. Like, and that's how much I love her. Like, every fucking year that we get right, she has changed me. She has literally changed me, and I love that woman to death. She could literally look like.
I'm gonna take a minute, everyone. I'm gonna take a quick second to applaud that.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know the JT I used to know.
Yeah.
He was disgusted by it.
I think the question is like asking like, could you still be with that person? Actually,
did it say sexually attracted to? Or did it say
right? It didn't say sexually attracted to. It was like, can you still be with it? Well, like when you're in relationship, it's hopefully. Please let it be more than sex. So like, it's other parts of there's. I don't think that there's anything wrong with losing sexual attraction for your partner, because that's natural. I mean, how are you supposed to control that? Like, there's how would you fix your sexual reaction to the way that somebody?
I see what you're saying.
Hopefully, not by not having other people.
But it's like you said. You come to realize that. Well, without saying the actual words themselves, is that there's so many other reasons to be with Sam.
Yeah.
If she were to ever just blow up to $1 million, like the 1,000,001 reasons versus one, which that one could be sex, right, or being sexually attracted, right.
But I have to say, if you don't mind me kind of cutting in here, for people with whom sex is a high, because this goes back to I said on a previous episode, we have a system by which me and Jen, we put everything on the scale. So from 0 to 10, what is it for you? Sex is pretty high for me. Like touch is one of my love languages.
Yeah,
I need it, bro. It's not even a want. I need it. I need.
That touch. Sounds very.
So a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 12 for you.
No, and she knows that. But the thing is, we have one. The thing is, Jen knows that that's a need of mine, so she's very deliberate to make sure she fulfills that need in whatever capacity makes sense to her, in whatever fashion or form. But that's the point. It's like you have to communicate that need. So I don't want to just like blow past the sex thing as if it's just, you get fat and you don't have like if sex is really, 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 really important to you, and this person is no longer sexually attractive to you, how do you navigate those waters?
I know.
Let me hear it.
So there may or may not be a situation in which I know someone of any generation, because we'll just nip that out so you stop speculating.
Anyone alive.
And actually have witnessed both close and not close to me situations pan out in which someone has become physically debilitated.
Oh, that's another one. Yeah.
And I've watched where one of the partner who's not physically debilitated actually had a very miserable life.
Yeah.
And then I watched the other one who also had a very miserable life, but it was because they lost, they felt like they lost that piece of their partner, but they went out and actually were permitted to have sex and permitted to have other children. So they kept the emotional relationship that they had with and the thing is that like being physically debilitated is like nobody's control.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder if the same would have been if it was some sort of attraction issue off of something that could have been changed, and how would you bring up that situation if it does become that issue?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Because that's the same concept, like the hospitals that I've worked in. There's a different approach to conditions that you have created because of your lifestyle versus conditions that you couldn't do anything about, and that you get because of your genes or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot more compassion for these than these ones that you create. So back to your point.
And the thing is, that's the fastest I've ever swallowed pure liquor before. It was a shot in my mouth that I was holding. Yeah. So that burnt. So thank you for passing it.
I watched the hair sprout up on this man's chest.
I was going to say that. Yeah. So the only thing that catches me every time is that it's actually internalized fat phobia, because we assume that people are able to change their bodies as it regards to weight gain as easily as we would like them to, and that is not a mental challenge. That is not a physical. Total. We don't treat it the same way that somebody could be addicted to alcohol and drugs as they are to food.
I think that's an assumption though, because I'm picturing the person with whom I know in real life who is thoroughly attracted to larger women. And that woman loses weight, and he's like, "Oh, you're getting too skinny." And
that's actually happened to me personally.
Homegirl still thick as fuck.
I was the big girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For another day.
Yeah, and that's a fetishizing moment, and I think that the man was wrong there.
Okay. Once again,
all right.
Well,
any last thoughts on this?
Last thought for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So to be frank, it's for me in a relationship, it's really important that I'm attracted to somebody.
I agree.
I've learned that the hard way, so for me, but if I'm with somebody and I love them and we're committed, over time, if for whatever reason, I don't find them sexually attractive, I'm gonna stay with them if I love them, but
the way Chris just popped up from behind the viewfinder on that, like God, pretty presumptive.
Right?
Ashley got some hot.
But they can get ugly.
They can buy chips.
Well, for the most part, women don't. Women find
get you chips, but you can be ugly.
Yeah, well, women find the importance of men being attractive way less than men do.
Women attractive
when it comes to commitment.
It's a biological thing.
Yeah. But I'm big on chemistry. My love language is physical touch. So it's a hard one for me. So like a short-term relationship, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out how I could find you attractive in the beginning and then not, if it's short-term, in 6 months or something like that. I mean,
actually, we can have this conversation off camera. That's actually my main dating issue.
Okay. Once you really get to know,
I'm like
past the representative.
Oh, you fine. No, I want to get. Then we should unpack that in another episode.
Give it.
Yeah, that's a whole.
Give it about a month.
Let's unpack that in another episode.
And I'm like,
good.
I don't think so anymore.
That's interesting. I'm so glad I'm not single.
What happened?
I would not survive.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
All right, that was great.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree.
This is easily the longest episode we've ever recorded in podcast history.
It is.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I think we might be approaching 2:30.
Let's do 2 parts.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. All right. Now we're going to move to music. Todd knows best. Bless us with the latest music on the airwaves.
Yeah. We had some good music drop Friday, Thursday evening. Man, shout out Jasmine Sullivan. She dropped a follow up to Motels, Deluxe.
Yeah.
Jasmine look crazy.
That was huge. Who else? Mary J. Blige.
Oh shit.
Mary J. Blige. She dropped a R&B album tracks. Juicy J and Wiz, Snoop Dogg.
Wow.
Dropped some projects.
That's a whole project?
Well, Snoop Dogg dropped his own project. Like, I swear he dropped the project maybe like
he
a month
literally
ago.
just dropped the Def Jam project.
What up?
Do you want to give the Snoop news? We got to give the Snoop news.
Oh yeah, we totally missed that part.
Snoop bought Death Row Records. In fact, and that's where he will be releasing his next project. That's some beautiful,
wonderful. So is what he released? I'll let you finish the list.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
This one could be on a different label.
Yeah.
He's just getting
well, actually, no, I take it back. It's called Back on Death Row. So this might be the first one.
Death Row. There we go. That answered that.
Yeah.
Just as far as some singles, Pusha T dropped Diet Coke. I don't know if
I've heard of that, and it is great.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Anything that Pusha T, every single that he comes out with, that's that cocaine music, son.
Same, man. What else? Nicki Minaj, Lil Baby, came back with another single.
I don't care for it.
Yeah, she recycled a song with 6ix9ine.
Right. Fuck out of here.
Where's 6ix9ine?
I mean, there was a lot of singles that dropped. I did want to shout out
Isaiah Rashad.
I did want to shout out. Shout out Isaiah Rashad. We do stand with you for real.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I hope you get back to making music. Kanye, Alicia Keys, Fivio Foreign dropped a single, and then shout out to Moonchild. They dropped a really good R&B album. I don't know if anybody listens to Moonchild.
I love Moonchild.
What type of music?
They're R&B, kind of jazzy, neo soul. They're a group. They'll do a lot of collabs.
Yeah, they're on. You've heard their songs on my playlist before, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll be checking that out.
Y'all putting me on for real. I really feel like a listener right now.
Yes.
Check it out. Tap in. You know
Is that
I got
it?
you. That's it.
All right.
I love it.
Curated by Todd Knows Best. The Plug's Plug. Thank you for that shout out. Or that segment. And now we're going to get into our traditional segment called The Toast. And we are going to pass these shots around. Who would like tequila?
Me.
No, okay.
I'd rather whiskey. I've been on whiskey all night long.
We got one whiskey right here.
Thank you. Exactly.
One whiskey.
All right.
Not Wixie.
And then I will take a tequila.
Here's some Wixie.
Maybe I don't need no tequila.
Is there anybody else that needs a shot? All right. You want dark? Because that's all that's left.
Shots in the back.
All right. Oh, no, there's a tequila right here.
Tequila right there. There you go. For my man over in the corner.
Look at the Lord. Well,
Amen.
Well, the Lord put everything on this earth.
Bless.
And
That's
he
what
made
it's
To give me a little,
Kirsten, you need one?
shot glass.
Even tequila.
You turn water into wine. You know how desperate you got to do that in those days?
I probably should have prepared these
That's
shots.
a real miracle.
Before.
Yeah.
JT,
Yes.
hand me one of those shot glasses. And
With
pour
liquor
what
or
is already in my cup.
Yep. Here. What's in your cup?
Yeah.
All right, right here.
Oh, all right.
Look at that.
And then
And she just wants a glass. Ashley, she's wanting a glass.
Oh, you just want a glass. My bad.
Oh, she's drinking what's in her cup.
Oh, okay.
She's
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Women's rights.
So,
To drink what they want.
Ashley, we will let you do the honors.
What we toasting to today, Ash?
Of leading the toast.
Friend of the show.
Sam, you want your sorry.
Rip us apart, Ashley.
For my wife, I'm sorry.
How sweet. Virgin mocktail.
Get you some tea.
There you go. It's we promise it's alcohol.
Not a Long Island. A Short Island iced tea.
A no island. A no island.
All right.
A here.
Monitor man, you got a shot?
Yes, sir.
All right, diggity dig. All right, Ashley, go ahead and lead us off in the toast.
All right.
Who are we toasting to today, Ash?
Who or what are we toasting to?
Here is a toast. Okay.
I heard. Clearly.
I heard that that's what that is.
Here's the toast.
What you kicking
Put
for?
in
You
the toaster. Okay.
Okay, freestyling. Yeah. Keep it in the toaster. Gun on the holster. Yeah.
My
To
voice is
whatever makes you feel special, and for you doing your own thing and not worried about anybody else.
Damn,
Okay. To reciprocity.
I like that.
Okay.
That's
To
the word.
valuing each other
All right.
in whatever way, in whatever space you feel appropriate.
All right.
Happy Valentine's
All right.
Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Isaiah Rashad.
Yes.
We love you, Isaiah.
What is going on with your mic, D?
No one saw but you.
Clink. brothers.
Honorary to the Chris over there. Honorary
Yeah. Hey,
to the
Monitor
Ashley since
man.
I couldn't click.
Contest King. Ladies.
Oh, we're still
Clicks,
cheers.
clicks. Yeah, I never got to do
We
my
were done.
clicks.
We were done.
Oh, yes.
Woo. That was a powerful tequila
We're-
shot.
And we're taking this.
Goddamn. All right. Let's take us out, Dino.
You're now tuning into the sounds of the Potnas
Follow
Podcast.
the Potnas Podcast on all social media platforms, starting with Dino.
You can find me at the Dictionary THE_DIXONARY.
The Dixon. Right. Brad.
I'll say it. Follow me at Coolin' and Poolin'.
Keep it going.
That's COLINANDPOOLIN.
All right. I am JT Got Soul. That's JT Got SOLE. Ashley?
You can follow me at Ashley Monet 210.
Monet as in MONET, right?
Yeah.
All right. Follow our monitor man at Iron Exposure. That is at
City athlete.
Oh yes. Congrats on the recent sponsorship, my brother.
Man.
Shout out to Context King. Our Content King. The Plugs Plug.
Context
Actually,
too.
I like context.
Yeah, context.
Yeah.
Both
Let's
actually.
go with that.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Todd Knows Best at Todd Knows Best.
Yeah,
On
man.
everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything.
All right. Follow at Potnas Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for all of our latest content. Check out YouTube for all of our live video footage, and visit our website potnaspodcast.com for all our previous episodes. Leave us a 5-star review if you enjoyed the show, baby girl. Hey.